to receive, as is Trey Minter. That is Kawan Baker. He is their game breaker. And Patterson has us underway. And a touchback will put the ball on the 25-yard line for the South Alabama Jaguars, who are led tonight by their quarterback, Evan Orth, senior out of Jacksonville, Florida, leading a late rally last weekend at home against Texas State. They were down 17-3 after the fourth quarter, but a pick six and a couple of touchdown passes, and South Alabama erasing a 15-point deficit, scored 25 consecutive points. First and 10 from the 25 for Orth. Orth keeps on the option and is shouldered down at the 29-yard line. So a pickup of 4. Tim Hart in on the stop for the Tigers.
Well, you saw Baker in motion, and Baker's that guy we talked about pregame. They're going to have him do a lot of things, and instead there it was Orth not giving to Baker. He kept it himself. He's a guy that certainly could do some things with his feet.
Fake inside, first pass of the night. Out route is caught and twisted down. Jamarius Way just shy of the 35-yard line, very close to a first down. Jamarius Way from Belglade, Florida. 11 receptions against Texas State a week ago, brought down by Tito Wyndham for the Tigers.
Well, Orth's first pass right on the money. There's a little bit of a breeze that we talked about. It may get breezier as the game progresses, but right there, a good target in Way. And anytime he's got one-on-one coverage with Jamarius Way, he's going to look his way, no pun intended.
Jaguars convert only 19% of their third down opportunities. Man in motion is Baker. Misdirection handoff into the middle of the line. Trey Minter. And did the ball come out? The Tigers seem to think that it did.
I think they're going to call him down, and they're going to call him down right at the mark.
And if the ball is touching the yard line, the 35-yard line, it is a first down. Tigers were signaling that it was fourth down, but not so much.
Well, it was a nice stone-walled stoppage there, but all they needed was a short yard, if that, and they were able to get the first down.
Orth out of the gun, over the middle. Pass is complete. It's Sam Harris, just 5'7", as we get a look at Steve Campbell, first year at South Alabama after 4 years at Central Arkansas. Great success in the junior college ranks, and that pass broken up, intended for Way. Baker was also in the area as well. Josh Perry and Tito Wyndham back on coverage for the Tigers to make it second down and 10.
Well, that's terrific coverage right there by the Tigers, and Orth throws that ball without looking. Tito Wyndham's right there, and it's a bunch of players all in one little spot, and he's lucky that that did not get picked off by Wyndham.
That's Tito Wyndham, number 24 there. So now second down and 10. Baker goes in motion. Inside handoff. Minter carries to the 49-yard line. Curtis Akins with the stop for the Tigers. And that'll bring up third down and long.
Well, that's what you want. You want your opponent in a third and long situation. Looks like a passing situation here with Orth, but Akins, the leader of that defense, comes up with a big play there.
3 wideouts. Orth looking back to the South Alabama sideline. Jaguars converted their first third down. Orth out route and hauled in by Way on the sideline, and a first down for South Alabama. Jamarius Way.
And Way doing a little jawing with the Tigers' defensive backs as he got one-on-one coverage once again. A back shoulder throw, and Wyndham gets burned. He called for a push-off. The officials did not see it that way.
Handoff inside. Deontay Moore met by Tim Hart. And that'll bring up second down. Now, South Alabama, Greg, has had a history this season of very, very slow starts. But in talking with Steve Campbell earlier this week, he felt that if they can get into a rhythm, which they are now, they can be a pretty good football team. And they have moved the ball all the way from the 25-yard line, their own 25-yard line, inside the 25 of Memphis. Orth keeps inside the 20 and is decked there by T.J. Carter.
Well, what they want to do is they want to play with tempo, but they don't want to rush. And so far, it's been a great first drive for South Alabama. Quite honestly, I was a little surprised. The Tigers won the toss. Mike Norvell wanted his defense out on the field first, and South Alabama trying to make Memphis pay.
Tigers have been a very good first quarter team. And right now, they've got South Alabama facing a 3rd down and 5 from just inside the 20-yard line. Orth. Inside handoff, and that won't get it done. Josh Perry making the stop on Deontay Moore.
And the problem for the South Alabama offense early in the season has been 3rd down conversions. Only converting at an 18% clip, Pete, and that's not going to cut it. But on 4th down, they're 6 of 10 for 60%.
Well, I see a yellow flag on the field, and see if we can get that sorted out.
After the play, unsportsmanlike. Number 2, defense. Unsportsmanlike. Number 3, offense. Those penalties offset. That's both players' first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. The play resulted in a 1st down.
Well, that's Jamarius Way and T.J. Carter getting into it, offsetting penalties, but they get a 1st down because of that. They'll move the chains, and you don't want to get into a situation here where you're being goaded a little bit, and Way, he has the size, he's getting that one-on-one coverage so far early in the game, and he's taking advantage of it.
Ted Pitts is our referee tonight. Pitch, Baker, leaping, pylon, touchdown, South Alabama.
There's the read option run up to perfection by Orth. He saw that he had the ability to make that pitch to Baker. We again can't stress enough what this kid is able to do with his feet, with his hands. He's a playmaker. For South Alabama to have success, he has to get his hands on the ball. Right there you saw the commitment made by Tyrese Lindsey. He went all out to the ball carrier, or I should say the quarterback left the ball carrier, who gets into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Real nice play there by South Alabama.
13-yard touchdown run, 6th touchdown of the year for Kawan Baker.
Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds. It'll start on my signal.
Gavin Patterson on to attempt the extra point. 6 of 9 in PATs this year. And South Alabama going 75 yards with their initial drive in 11 plays. And South Alabama, a 7-0 lead on the Memphis Tigers.
You can't ask for more if you're South Alabama on the road. You get the ball first, you strike first. Evan Orth, how about the option right there? And Baker takes it to the house for the touchdown.
In just 5 seasons, storied programs have united as a Power 6 conference. We've watched record breakers, All-Americans, and victories that proved we are not only equal to the best, but often better. Can you imagine what's ahead for this Power 6 conference? We can, because the best way to predict the future is to create the future. The American, powered by determination.
El Nino? Meat sweats?
Aliens.
That's the one, okay.
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. You know me? Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving. Oscar Robertson. Irvin Magic Johnson.
Cheryl Miller.
Mike Krzyzewski. Phil Jackson.
Adam Silver.
They call me the Iceman.
My name is Stephen Curry.
My name's Jerry West.
I didn't choose it, it chose me.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on SportsCenter.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again.
All rise.
race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Red Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
Kawan Baker, his 6th touchdown of the season, a 13-yard run, and for the first time this season, the Memphis Tigers trail at home.
Baker now with 6 of the 12 touchdowns for the Jaguars this year, and they continue to produce when they get in the red zone. They were 100% coming in, Pete. They continue that. 9 for 9 now. 8 of those 9 drives have resulted in touchdowns.
And most of those have come after the first quarter. To this point, or coming into tonight's game, South Alabama had only scored 10 points in the first quarter at all. Corliss Waitman has it on the tee. Tony Pollard, boy, he would love to get his hands on one, and he's not going to get his hands on this. The short kick taken by Darrell Henderson, who has been known to break a few, even in kick return situations, dropped by Sterling Fisher. But Tony Pollard, teams, Greg, have not kicked to him all season long. Brady White now leads the Tigers onto the field. He has been super efficient. 10 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and that was off a Hail Mary in Navy. So first down and 10. And mama, there goes that man again. It's Henderson. Gets a downfield block inside the 20 and pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
It's a simple zone read. Brady White sees what the defense is doing. He decides to hand it off. I think that's a good thing. When Darrell Henderson touches the ball, good things happen.
It's a 53-yard rush.
Holding, number 66 offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Wow. And it's coming back.
Now let's see who it looks right there in the middle of your screen. There it is, wrapping up number 45. And Henderson had that big old hole, but you saw the hold right in the middle. Didn't catch the number of the Tiger. I believe that may have been Woodard, but I'm not 100% sure. And Mike Norvell fit to be tied.
Very frustrated. Tigers have been a quick starting team this year. They defeated Georgia State last Friday. It was 21-3 after 1 quarter. So the ball now back on the 27-yard line for Brady White. Pitch around the right side. Patrick Taylor carries and is shoved out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, bringing up second down.
Patrick Taylor, a great second option for the Tigers. With Darrell Henderson doing the bulk of the damage this year, Taylor is a big, strong running back.
And gets the call again. Dragged down just shy of the 40-yard line by Riley Cole for the Jaguars.
We mentioned, Pete, the ability of this South Alabama defense to be very opportunistic. They have, as I mentioned in the outset of this broadcast, sacked the quarterback 14 times, have 10 tackles for losses.
Taylor off the left side carries for the first down to the 43-yard line. Memphis coming into tonight's ball game converting 57% of their third down opportunities, and Taylor getting the early call here. As you look at South Alabama defensively, they are very aggressive, and Greg, we talked to everybody on the coaching staff and they were all praising just how good this defensive line is, but getting to the second level and beyond is Patrick Taylor, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 32-yard line of South Alabama by Nigel Lawrence, the safety out of Smiths, Alabama.
Yeah, Lawrence, the leading tackler for this team, real tough kid, had to run him down, and right now you're chasing Henderson, and if you're chasing Henderson or Taylor, that's a bad thing. And the Memphis offense, which they like to have a nice mixture with passing and running, right now it's running the ball that has been dominant so far on this particular series.
Play action. Coxie trying to make a move and spun down at the 22-yard line by Jalen Thompson. And Jalen Thompson, Greg, you talked about a great matchup. Thompson, Mike Norvell says this kid can play at the next level. And DeMonte Coxie has been outstanding for the Tigers this year.
Four-star player coming out of high school. He has 8 career interceptions, had 2 last week, including one he took back to the house for a pick 6.
Second down and short. Handoff inside slicing through Tony Pollard, and a Memphis first down. Malcolm Buggs on the stop for South Alabama.
Well, you need to get Tony Pollard somehow involved. It's not happening right now with the kickoff because teams are kicking away from him. So you can get him in the game, you can set him up in the slot, you can put him in the backfield, get him the ball either through a handoff or throwing it to him. But he is a player that needs his touches.
Pollard lines up in the slot. Henderson cuts back and gets inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Jeffrey Watley, one of those big front three for South Alabama. They really like the guys that they have up front. Their defensive coordinator, Greg Stewart, they don't do a lot of fancy stuff. And we have an injured Jaguar on the field. It's Taggy Stewart, the junior out of Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah, Stewart plays the bandit position, and coming into the game, 3 tackles for loss, sack, and the forced fumble. He's a guy who wreaks a little havoc. It'd be a big loss for South Alabama. You mentioned the D-line. Mike Norvell telling us the best defensive line that the Tigers will face in the 4 games that they've played so far this season, led by Tyree Turner, who's a preseason second-team All-Sun Belt pick by the Athlon Sports. And we're told Tyree Turner is that leader by example. He goes out there, he doesn't say a lot, he proves himself on the field, and he has a lot of guys behind him, including a linebacker by the name of Bull Barge, one of the great names, I think, in college football, and the Bull plays like a bull with 18 tackles this season. Hopefully the young man okay, as now he's walking off in his own power there, Pete.
Get a look at Steve Campbell. Inducted into the National Junior College Athletic Association Hall of Fame in 2014. Sterling record at that level. Henderson off the left side has a hole and is into the end zone for the Memphis touchdown.
He got to that second line of defense and he ran over a linebacker, and that's what Henderson has been doing. As I said, he's got the speed to get around you, but he has bulked up with 20 pounds of muscle to power right over you, and a nice answer by the Tigers.
Well, he's been great, obviously, this season, but Greg, you go back to the end of last season, 8 games leading up to tonight, averaging 142 yards a game. He's got speed, he's got strength, and a 13-yard touchdown run has the Tigers within a Patterson extra point of tying the game. And South Alabama's lead was very short-lived and an impressive response from the Memphis Tigers. Some Patrick Taylor, a lot of Darrell Henderson, and we're all even at 7 at the Liberty Bowl. Henderson with the touchdown.
In a city known for doing things our way, there's a university that's driven to do the same, to blur the outdated line between academic pursuits and active ones, not just to learn, but to experience, to create, solve, build, to explore and express, to lead. Because an education isn't something you get, it's something you do.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere, big plays, big statements. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
So with Rocket Mortgage, someone was always there whenever we needed help.
That's why they're #1 in customer satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like they make the experience seamless.
Rocket Mortgage, proud supporter of college athletics.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving. Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
The college football playoff is coming, and this season, everything matters. Your game face, his khakis, their bling, your black tie, where you sit, where he sits, the height of the grass, the signs you make, or what this lady eats for breakfast. Because the college football playoff is coming, and everything you do matters.
No pressure.
Henderson, with his 7th touchdown run of the season, has knotted the game at 7, 13 yards. Greg Gasson, it is his shortest touchdown run of the year. 9 plays and 68 yards, covered in just under 3 minutes to tie the game.
I'm told they all count the same, Pete, but that's a great response by that Memphis Tiger offense after the initial drive and the touchdown by South Alabama. Maybe one of those type of nights where we see a lot of fireworks here at Liberty Bowl Stadium.
Al Baker has the South Alabama touchdown, and again, Riley Patterson sees the ball blow off the tee.
Well, we've had a threat of weather throughout the day. Had a little rain this morning. The forecast is for perhaps some more later tonight. And right now it's a pretty breezy evening, and if it picks up, we may have more of this, a holder for the kickoff.
Well, as you look at the flags around the Liberty Bowl, they're blowing every which way, so I guess swirling winds. And again into the end zone, second touchback tonight for Patterson. Greg,
so
Henderson with power and great blocking.
Yeah, Pete, look at the left side of this offensive line. Trayvon Tate and Dylan Parham, it's almost like a defensive stunt. That's what they're doing, is they're crossing over and confusing the defensive front of South Alabama. Then Henderson breaks the tackle, and he sachets into the end zone. That's some great blocking up front, and this is an experienced offensive line that Memphis has.
Well, I talked to offensive coordinator Kenny Dillingham, and he told me this week, he said, against a front three that is this good, we can't get them or let them get comfortable with how they're being blocked. So we have to block them in multiple ways. First down, Minter around the right side breaking tackles to about the 32-yard line. Pickup of 7. Curtis Akins with the stop, and good first down yardage for South Alabama.
Minter's a guy that we haven't really talked about much, but he's coming off 171 all-purpose yards last week in the win against Texas State. He was the #1 rated junior college running back in 2016. Coming out of Garden City Junior College in Kansas, so he's certainly a capable running back.
Baker goes in motion, and he will take the handoff. Turns the corner, has the first down to the 36-yard line. And if there is a signature play for the South Alabama offense, Kenny Edenfeld, their offensive coordinator upstairs here in the booth, that's the play.
Yeah, you get Baker in motion. He tries to get to the edge and cut it up. He's able to cut it up there just for a couple of yards, but good enough for the first down. But get your playmakers the ball. And right now, Orth isn't trying to do anything crazy. He's throwing some good passes. He's leading this team, and he comes in with not a lot of experience.
Orth over the middle, has a man. Way out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Jamarius Way over the middle, and a big play for South Alabama.
That is a post route, and Way once again gets the one-on-one coverage. He is upset because he didn't get into the end zone, but Orth gets plenty of time to make this pass. Look at that. Post pattern, hits him down the middle. Tito Wyndham, give him credit, Pete, for running him down and preventing the touchdown. But South Alabama in business again.
63 yards on the catch and run. Ball on the ground, and Memphis thinks they have it, and they do.
Austin Hall on the recovery, Johnny on the spot, and that was just a total miss opportunity for South Alabama, and obviously there was miscommunication on that handoff.
First time this year South Alabama comes up empty in the red zone.
Orth looked like he wanted to hand it off to the back that went right. He handed to the up back, and he wasn't ready for it. South Alabama hands it over to Memphis.
In just 5 seasons, storied programs have united as a Power 6 conference. We've watched record breakers, All-Americans, and victories that proved we are not only equal to the best, but often better. Can you imagine what's ahead for this Power 6 conference? We can, because the best way to predict the future is to create the future. The American, powered by determination.
Thanks. It's like a smart thing. What's the weather?
Sunny. Perfect chicken eating weather.
How'd you get in here?
It's time for chicken.
What's the traffic like?
Rerouting you to chicken.
Okay.
Hey, Calzo, order pizza.
Ordering chicken.
No, pizza.
Chicken.
Okay, chicken it is.
Chick-fil-A nuggets make dinner delightful.
Now that's smart.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere. Big plays. Big statement. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me. I'm alone.
El Nino? Meat sweats?
Aliens. That's the one, okay?
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
Evan Orth and South Alabama survived 3 turnovers in their victory over Texas State last weekend, but they turned it over on the doorstep, trying to take the lead in Memphis. Now with a turnover forced in 20 consecutive games, will put the ball in play from their own 5. Henderson in the backfield, he'll get the call, through a hole, Henderson to the outside, Henderson to the 30, Henderson to the 40. It's a foot race and is finally shoved out by Malcolm Buggs, the linebacker. Oh my goodness, is Henderson electric.
The offensive line doing their amazing job up front, and really not much after that. Henderson just turning on the afterburner. Here you see the blocking. Look at Tate, 72. Got a block from the tight end Magnifico as well, and then tries to outrace the defenders. They finally catch up to him, but not before they're on the other side of midfield.
And he'll get the call again, but pick up just a yard after that 50-yard pickup. Now, this statistical note, coming into this weekend's action, the Tigers had 11 plays of 40 or more yards, tied the most in the FBS. Clemson had 9 coming in. And in Mike Norvell's tenure, they have now had 63. Only Oklahoma has had more.
And Henderson has his first 50-yard play that doesn't go for a touchdown. Remember, he had the big run earlier in the game that went for 50 that was called back because of the penalty.
Second down, he's got it on a screen. First down the sideline and to the 20-yard line before being dragged down by A.J. DeShazer.
Right now, it's Memphis up front being more physical than that South Alabama defense. Simple pass from White, gets into his playmaker. Again, look at 72. Trayvon Tate come out there and lay the lumber, and it opened things up for Henderson.
26 yards on the pickup, and a Memphis first down inside the 20-yard line. White hands it off. Taylor inside the 10, but a flag down.
Probably a hold there, Pete. They're probably going to bring this one back.
Holding, 56 offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Dylan Parham, the freshman from Carrollton, Georgia, has started every game this season. He is the youngster on that offensive line, which you look at Drew Kaiser in the middle as a senior, how outstanding he's been. And this offensive line, for Kenny Dillingham, the offensive coordinator, Mike Norvell, certainly a strength. Henderson is talented, obviously, but he's getting tremendous push from the Hogs up front.
3 seniors, a junior, and Parham, as you mentioned, a freshman.
Play action, White on the roll. Pass is complete to Mashane Slade, the junior out of Roswell, Georgia.
White just rolls out, gets away from any type of pressure, makes the simple pass. It's high percentage passes, and that's why you look at Brady White, 9th in the country in passing efficiency.
Pickup of 6, second down and 14, under 4 to play in the first quarter. In an action-packed first quarter here at the Liberty Bowl. Taylor cuts back, gets to the 20, but it will bring up third down and long.
That's just simple RPO for Brady White. Look at what the defense gives you. That RPO can come from the call when they audible, or it can come actually post-snap. That's where you saw Brady White right there make that decision to hand it off. He can pull it back. He can throw. He doesn't run much himself. But right now, you're seeing Brady White take advantage of that great running game, just handing the ball off.
3rd down and 11.
This is a passing down, no question.
Good protection. Now White under pressure, dancing around, and will be dropped back at the 27-yard line. Sterling Fisher, the sophomore out of Long Beach, and Tyree Turner back applying pressure.
That's also a sack that you can give credit to that secondary, because they blanketed the Tigers receivers. Watch, as White looks downfield, he's trying to get Magnifico. He actually has him on a slant, but he doesn't have enough time, and then the pocket collapses around him and he goes down. But that's one you got to recognize real quick. And again, Brady White's been around, but he hasn't played a lot in his first year with Memphis after his time at Arizona State. He had, for a second there, Magnifico on the slant.
Patterson from 45 yards away. Wide right. Patterson had been 2 for 2 with a couple of makes against Georgia State and one against Mercer, but Patterson wide right. Now the Tigers took over at their own 5 following the first turnover of the game. Mix up on the read option.
And you're not sure if that was Orth or it was Deontay Moore, because he wasn't ready for it. And then you see the missed field goal by the University of Memphis. So we are all even Steven.
Well, Memphis has dominated on the ground in their last 2 drives, 15 plays, 12 of them on the ground. But when you look at what Darrell Henderson can do for you, and then Patrick Taylor, that's why they're on the ground.
Timeout, substitution infraction on the offense. They had 12 men in the formation. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, 1st down. South Alabama is not charged a timeout. Timeout. We have a media timeout. He's hanging on for dear life and all.
In just 5 seasons, storied programs have united as a Power 6 conference. We've watched record breakers, All-Americans, and victories that proved we are not only equal to the best, but often better. Can you imagine what's ahead for this Power 6 conference? We can, because the best way to predict the future is to create the future. The American, powered by determination.
The college football playoff is coming, and this season, everything matters. Your game face, his khakis, their bling, your black tie, where you sit, where he sits, the height of the grass, the signs you make, or what this lady eats for breakfast. Because the college football playoff is coming, and everything you do matters.
No pressure.
First and 10 for South Alabama. Inside handoff. Great penetration. Trey Minter met by the defensive front of the Memphis Tigers, including Austin Hall.
Austin Hall got in there, but Jonathan Wilson really was able to push that line back. He pushed the offensive line back into the running back, and that's how you snuff it out. Nice first play on defense by the Tigers.
First tackle for loss for Memphis tonight. At the start of that drive before the timeout, there was an illegal substitution foul called against South Alabama. That's why it's 2nd down and 18. Orth. Little pitch and catch over the middle. Caught by Sam Harris. J.J. Russell on the tackle. Now that will bring up 3rd down and long, and you wonder if this is where Chris Ball dials up a blitz.
Well, I think there's a good opportunity here. And again, South Alabama is only clicking at 18% on 3rd down efficiency. Tigers showing blitz. Now they'll back up a little bit as Orth looks over to his sideline.
Play clock down to 15. Plenty of time there. Orth with the silent count. Here comes pressure from the backside and an errant pass. And that will bring up fourth down. Nehemiah Augustus in coverage.
Yeah, Augustus will drop into coverage and become almost a nickel back in that type of defensive scheme. But that was set up by the blitz. You see the Tigers put some pressure, and they get to Orth. He's unable to release that ball without that arm getting touched. And once that gets hit, that ball's going to flutter up there. And Memphis, with their best defensive possession of this game, or defensive stand, I should say, of this game.
First 3 and out for South Alabama. Pop Williams back to get this punt. Good kick. Chases him back inside his 25-yard line, trying to get the edge. Spun down at the 40-yard line. Pop Williams, good solid return to get the Tigers in good field position.
You know, Pete, let's go back to the fumble, and there you see Mike Norvell, and what can you say? Fourth youngest coach in FBS. He went from Arizona State as an offensive coordinator to now in his third year at Memphis, and he's followed Justin Fuente with the winning and the offensive production that fans have been savoring for here in Memphis. He's done an outstanding job.
A very, very thick playbook. Talked to Brady White earlier in the week, and Brady McBride is back up. They both acknowledge it's one of the more complicated offenses in college football. And Brady White, I said, now, are you reading the playbook every night or watching video? He said, if I don't have the playbook mastered over the summer and in spring football, I'm in trouble. This is Patrick Taylor again, carrying to the 48-yard line. DJ Daniels coming up from his safety spot to make the tackle. It'll bring up second down at about 4.
Real quick, I wanted to mention again the play that Tito Wyndham made on Way, knocking him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. They fumbled the next play. That kept the South Alabama Jaguars from getting back on the board. That's a big play that you look back at now and you say, well, maybe it'll be a factor when it's all said and done.
Slade and Pollard are split out. Taylor gets the call, plowing through tacklers, and a Memphis first down to the Jaguar 40-yard line. Taji Stewart, we saw him go off with an injury earlier in the quarter, but he's back and he makes the stop. But it's a first down for Memphis, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Well, Memphis trailed for the first time at home this season. They promptly went the other way, and Darrell Henderson carrying it over the line from 13 yards out. And we are all even at 7 after 15 at the Liberty Bowl in Memphis.
In just 5 seasons, storied programs have united as a Power 6 conference. We've watched record breakers, All-Americans, and victories that proved we are not only equal to the best, but often better. Can you imagine what's ahead for this Power 6 conference? We can, because the best way to predict the future is to create the future. The American, powered by determination.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere. Big plays. Big statements. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
Hashtag Ascot Mondays, baby. Hashtag Ascot Monday.
Charles was here.
That's
Charles
where
would
you
do it like this. Make it an ask.
Can you feel it? Mookie, JD, Frankie, and J-Ram. These guys have set the world on fire.
Yeah, I'm coming in.
And the race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox Indians, tomorrow at 7 on ESPN. Telecast presented by Taco Bell.
Can the surprising Bucks conjure up more Fitz magic and prove their mettle against the Steelers? Monday Night Football, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
The college football playoff is coming, and when it comes to who's in, everything you do matters.
No pressure.
MLS. Our soccer is everywhere. Makes us known. So the world sees who we are, how we do our soccer.
Tomorrow, it's Philadelphia Union versus Sporting KC on ESPN. Then it's LA Galaxy versus Seattle Sounders FC on FS1.
First meeting of South Alabama and the University of Memphis on the football field, all even at 7 as we start the second quarter. Greg, last year, one of the greatest years in Memphis Tiger football history. Started the season 10-1. They were ranked 20th, and that championship game against UCF, that was an epic. UCF taking it 62-55, and the Tigers playing on their home field in the Liberty Bowl, falling to Iowa State.
Yeah, good performance against the Cyclones from the Big 12, but that conference championship game was epic. And remember, Memphis started the season, they lost to UCF, so they had a chance there to come back and pay them back, and came awfully close. I know Mike Norvell's team chomping at the bit this year. They're picked to win the West Division. They have UCF here at the Liberty Bowl on October 13th.
1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 41. White, play action, slant, caught. It'll be a first down. Coxie on the slant, play action to Henderson, and a bullet on target.
Yeah, Coxie got in front of the defender, Darian Mills, and you saw the length of Coxie to go over the receiver.
Henderson with a direct snap. His pass is batted down. I believe might have been Bull Barge that got a hand on it, or perhaps DeShazer.
Well, you have the Wildcat with Henderson in the backfield, and DeShazer blocks it. Watch right here. Henderson tries to just flip it over his head, but look at the athletic prowess there. Great defensive play there. That could have been 6.
Henderson cuts back, dropped it to 25 by DeShazer. That'll bring up 3rd down and long for Brady White and the Tigers.
Back-to-back real nice plays by A.J. DeShazer, the freshman from Lakeland, Florida. So all of a sudden now 3rd and long.
Yeah, DeShazer was a top 40 recruit nationally, redshirted a year ago.
Got single man-to-man coverage at the top of your screen. Let's see if Brady White tries to go there.
4 wide receiver-wise. White, incomplete, intended for Coxie.
You got a flag on the play. And there was the man-to-man coverage. You got Coxie in man-to-man. You're going to try to go for him. I thought White.
Personal foul, face mask, number 21 defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic.
Big break, Darian Mills with the face mask foul.
Well, he's covering Coxie, and you didn't see it in live action that he got his hand on the face mask, and that is a huge penalty. And South Alabama, even with the penalties last week, they were able to win, but they continue to stub themselves in the foot with penalties this season. Look at White, he has the receiver, and then, well, you really can't tell from that. But you see Mills getting hooked up there with Coxie. He was in good position to make that catch.
Pitch, Henderson, edge, out of bounds. at the 4-yard line.
Oh, they called him out. Boy, oh boy. You got the PA announcer here announcing touchdown. You got the fireworks going off here. Here's a good look at it. There's the initial hit. And Henderson trying to tiptoe.
Right there. Yeah.
Right there. There it is. Right there.
He might have had 2 feet down.
Tigers hurry up offense. Back to the line here.
White. Incomplete. Double coverage on the intended receiver, Slade.
That's dangerous pass right there because Jalen Thompson, he snuffed it out. He saw it the whole way and came over and made a real good play on that ball as the Tigers now with 3rd and 1. But I like taking a shot. I just think right there you're throwing into double coverage. There's a chance that something bad could happen. Luckily, it wasn't picked off.
Patrick Taylor comes into the backfield. He's got it. He's got a first down, and he pile drives to the goal line.
Little short, I believe,
yes,
Pete.
Just inside the 1. But it'll be first down and goal as the Tigers convert 3rd down and short. As good as Henderson has been, Patrick Taylor has also been impressive.
Look, he's the power back, and that was straight up power running right there. It was I formation with a lead back, and he almost got into the end zone. They're trying to do the same thing here.
Power formation. Taylor pushing. And he's in.
Good job up front by the offensive line. Again, that was just power right there by the Tigers. Nothing to it. Simple handoff to the deep back. And Patrick Taylor, who's getting his number called a lot tonight, has got to feel pretty good about that. This is a very productive player since he's arrived in Memphis, but overshadowed a bit, obviously, with what Darrell Henderson's doing and leading the nation. Again, you got the lead back.
That's Joseph Dorcius. That's big number 94 throwing a block. And Patterson converts, and the Tigers the 14-7 lead.
You mentioned Joseph Dorcius. His brother, Dorland Dorcius, used to start as a running back here for Memphis, so why not be in the backfield? The lead block, Patrick Taylor gives the Tigers the lead.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere. Big plays. Big statements. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
Artificial intelligence helps us meet the needs of tomorrow, today.
By 2050, we need to produce 60% more food. So how do we feed the world without wrecking the planet? Using Microsoft AI, we make predictions about when to plant, when to irrigate, and when to harvest. Now we can reduce waste and produce more food.
Artificial intelligence helps us change the way we feed the world.
1 cup of lemonade. Time to pack up, kids.
NFL Sunday Ticket. Get every live game every Sunday at no extra charge when you switch to DirecTV. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Can the surprising Bucks conjure up more Fitz magic and prove their mettle against the Steelers? Monday Night Football, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
Big number 94, Joseph Dorsey is throwing a key block. More on that in a minute. Memphis a 14-7 lead. Tigers go 58 yards in 9 plays, 2:44 off the clock. Big personal foul, big face mask foul called against Alabama State to keep the drive alive. The Tigers have the lead.
And I mentioned that South Alabama has had some issues with penalties. They were able to overcome it last week in the win against Texas State, but that kept that drive alive, and the Tigers were able to cash in after the pass interference, or not the pass interference, but the face mask penalty.
Patterson having trouble with the wind and the tee tonight. Minter and Baker are back at their 5-yard line. And a pooch kick here. Minter back to retrieve it, and well covered by the special teams of Memphis.
Let's go back to the touchdown for the Tigers again. This is just pure power right here with the lead blocker. That's Joseph Dorcius, and Patrick Taylor shows his power as he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And Joseph's brother, Dorland Dorcius, a great career at Memphis. You see the two together, over 2,000 career rushing yards. Joseph walked on to this Memphis team and then got the scholarship on Dorland's graduation day. That was a great day for the Dorcius brothers.
After the 4-yard return, 1st and 10, South Alabama.
I guess it's a good time to mention also, Pete, the new rule with kickoffs where you can take a fair catch inside that 25-yard line. You can take a fair catch anywhere, but have the ball at the 25. That pooch kick right there is dangerous because it's a live ball. I think somebody would come up and maybe take the fair catch and get it at the 25.
Baker picks up 4 on 1st down, and a hitch route to Way. He's shoved out at the 20, and that'll bring up 3rd down. For South Alabama, the Jaguars moved 75 yards with their opening possession to take a 7-0 lead. And Dorsey is now playing on the defensive line and getting some snaps there on the front line as Evan Orth and the Jaguars facing 3rd down and 6. They need the 26-yard line. Orth, pressure, throws it into the ground. Austin Hall providing the pressure for the Tigers, the junior from Collierville, Tennessee. A tackle for loss and 3 tackles against Georgia State last weekend.
They lined up 2 receivers on the right. They had a man in motion going towards the right. That play was obviously going right. Watch it here. And the rollout, and Memphis was ready for it. Give a lot of credit to Hall. He was able to shed off the blocker and make the play. That wasn't much of an attempt of a block, and that's not going to make Steve Campbell too happy.
Good rush on the punt. And Williams will let this roll and will roll dead at the Memphis 32-yard line. Tigers in possession of the ball in the lead when we come back. Early 2nd quarter in Memphis.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
Thanks. It's like a smart thing. What's the weather?
Sunny. Perfect chicken eating weather.
How'd you get in here?
It's time for chicken.
What's the traffic like?
Rerouting you to chicken.
Okay.
Hey, Calzo, order pizza.
Ordering chicken.
No, pizza.
Chicken.
Okay, chicken it is.
Chick-fil-A nuggets make dinner delightful.
Now that's smart.
He's hanging on for dear life, and oh, no!
What have I done? I let my team down, my fans, the kids. I even let Kenny Mayne down too?
Oh, I'm fine, but that's gonna be on SportsCenter.
It is?
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Tonight.
That's gonna be on SportsCenter!
And that could be the game.
He gonna be okay?
Displaced ego. It's gonna be a tough climb back.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving. Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it, it chose me.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on SportsCenter.
Memphis Tigers a 14-7 lead over South Alabama with Greg Gaston, Pete Pranica with you, and You look at Mike Norvell and what he's done the first couple seasons. 18 wins in the first 2 seasons. 20 wins for his Memphis career, tied Ralph Hatley for the quickest 20 wins in Memphis history. 4th youngest coach in FBS football, turns 37 on October the 11th, and was a great receiver in his day, playing for Central Arkansas.
Played at Central Arkansas, where Steve Campbell has coached the last, 4 years before he went to South Alabama. So there's that connection. They know each other very, very well.
Play action to Henderson. White throws on the run. Has Williams. He's got it at the 45 and spins back. It'll be a Memphis first down. Jalen Thompson on coverage. These 2 teams will play a home-and-home. Tigers will go to Mobile next year.
Well, there you see the arm strength from Brady White. Right on target to Pop Williams, who tiptoes on the sideline, stays in bounds. And we got a penalty here before the snap.
The previous play, which was ruled a catch, is under further review.
All right, well, his feet looked in. I don't know if he was bobbling at all, but
Steve Campbell immediately gestured when Williams made the catch that he was out of bounds. And I don't know that he stepped out of bounds on the route, which would make him ineligible to be the first to touch the football.
Well, we're not going to tell from here because he looks like he's obviously in right there. But you're right, Pete, if he had stepped out earlier, I don't know from that replay if we can tell at all.
Drew George is our replay official tonight.
And again, that's instituted from above where we are. The replay official looks at all these plays unless it's going to be a challenge, which it is not.
Pop Williams shutout against Georgia State.
After further review, the receiver stayed in bounds. It is a catch. 1st and 10, Memphis.
Well, again, to me, that looked very obvious that he was in bounds. It was just a question of whether or not he had been knocked out before he came back in to make the catch. He wasn't. He didn't. It's a big play for the Tigers. And again, with Brady White rolling out, he doesn't do a lot of that, but we saw his mobility to get out of the pocket and still throw a strong throw to the sideline.
Pop Williams and Brady White, that connection giving Memphis the first down. Play action over the middle. Pollard dragging defenders inside South Alabama territory to the 42-yard line, and back-to-back first downs for the Tigers.
That's a great example of the RPO run-pass option for Brady White. He fakes the handoff, he drops back, and he fires a bullet to Tony Pollard. Again, as much as Tony Pollard has done miraculous things with his kickoff return ability, he can still catch the ball, run out of the backfield. He's a big weapon for the Tigers.
Another run pass option. Magnifico in space inside the 30 and tumbled down at the 25-yard line. Another first down for the Tigers. Brady White came into tonight's game completing 71% of his passes. He has been spot on again tonight.
Pete, just that little hitch froze the defense and allowed Magnifico to get wide open in the flat. He was able to turn it up for a nice gainer for the Tigers.
Pickup of 17, 4.5 minutes into the second quarter. Tigers again on the move. White, play action, end zone, touchdown Tigers!
Travis Reed, I don't know what happened to him. He got turned around. The defender did not find the receiver behind him and was kind of lost. And an easy play there for Brady White to make that pass. He put it right on the money, as he's been doing all night long. And Joey Magnifico.
Now it's Pop Williams.
Well, Pop Williams with the touchdown, Magnifico with the pass reception earlier, and the Tigers getting a lot of different receivers involved on this particular series.
Pop's 5'9". I think he just disappeared to the South Alabama secondary. And the Tigers have it clicking on all cylinders at the moment. Patterson tacks on the extra point. 25-yard touchdown pass from White to Pop Williams. And for Pop Williams, it is his first career touchdown as a Memphis Tiger.
Again, just a simple ball fake. You see Reed get turned around. I don't know how he lost Pop Williams, but he did. And Brady White makes a perfect throw right on the button in the end zone for the Tigers.
Might be one of the easiest passes White will have to complete tonight. His 11th touchdown pass of the year.
Now you see that high-powered offense we've talked about starting to take over, leading by 2 touchdowns. And the Tigers coming in averaging just under 49 points per game and over 600 yards of offense per game, which ranks them 4th in the FBS.
Well, and you saw all the different weapons that Mike Norvell has at his disposal. You saw Pop Williams catch the touchdown pass. Magnifico. Tight ends haven't played a big role in this offense so far this year for the Tigers. You know, a little bit of a change, perhaps. And then you also saw Tony Pollard catch a ball. I mean, you really saw a lot of offensive weapons on display. Baker back to take the kickoff from Patterson.
Wow, that's dangerous right there.
That is very dangerous.
I mean, you got to catch the call for a fair catch, make the catch, get the ball at the 25. He lets it bounce in play. He thought it was going to bounce right into the end zone for the touchback. That's a live ball if it bops forward, and the Tigers can jump on that.
Well, this is the thing. Steve Campbell told me this week, he said, we are a very, very young football team. We make mistakes. We have inconsistencies because we are so young. And that's one of the things. I think Steve Campbell is going to be a success at South Alabama. He's going to get the culture set up there. But there are some growing pains. Orth with Baker in motion. Handoff inside to Minter, and not much there.
Well, that's a great point, Pete. He is building a culture. Look, Joey Jones started things. This football program has not been around a long time, as everybody knows. Joey Jones, the only previous head coach in South Alabama history, got into a couple of bowl games. Real bad last season, just never can get him over the hump, and they bring in a guy like Campbell, who in 19 seasons of coaching has never coached a team under 500.
2nd down and 9. Orth, deep shot, got his man. 1st down and plenty more.
What a pass. Jameer Taylor. He just got by Carter on that play, and it's not often that Carter gets burned, but TJ right here, man-to-man, is just beaten. And Orth with a beautiful throw. He gets him in stride on the post route, and Carter's having a tough time trying to get him down. He finally does, Pete, inside the 15.
62-yard play. Taylor, his 2nd reception of the season. Minter picks up a couple inside the 10. Jackson Dillon with the tackle.
Well, this is how you respond, but you have to cash in. Remember, they had the fumble on the 1, which was the first time this season that they did not score in the red zone. They were a perfect 9 for 9, I believe, coming in, had the touchdown earlier, and then they did not capitalize.
Game's only turnover. Fumbling on the doorstep. A mix-up between Orth and Deontay Moore and Maurice Mayo in the backfield. Turn the ball over to the Tigers. Orth, pump fake, in big trouble, and down he goes. Initial pressure by John Tate.
Yeah, Tate got into the backfield, and a nice little dance after the sack by Tate. Offset eye, little ball fake, and Orth did not have much time there. John Tate just blew it up. Again, there's the quick ball fake, a pump because he didn't have his receiver open, and then the collapsed pocket and the takedown for the sack.
3rd down and 11 for Evan Orth and South Alabama. Remember, they came from 15 down to beat Texas State last week, scoring the final 25 points of the game.
You got man-to-man at the top of the screen. That's where he's going to go.
Orth, fade, incomplete. Intended for Way, but a flag. It'll be pass interference on Memphis.
Yeah, it's either pass interference or a hold. He was just grabbing the jersey of Jamarius Way. Again, Way has one-on-one coverage. They're going to throw it to him, and that was pretty obvious. That's where Orth was his intended receiver.
Pass interference, defense, number 24. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic, 1st down.
Tito Wyndham, guilty of the pass interference.
Once again, you see Wyndham just won't let go. The initial contact, don't let them play. But then he held on. One more time, just grabbing that jersey. And there you see.
And we have an injured Memphis Tiger down at the 20-yard line. It is Jackson Dillon.
Well, Jackson Dillon has been an inspiration to many on this Tiger football team. And we'll talk about Jackson Dillon when we return. Tigers leading 21-7.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
The college football playoff is coming, and this season, everything matters. Your game face, his khakis, their bling, your black tie, where you sit, where he sits, the height of the grass, the signs you make, or what this lady eats for breakfast. Because the college football playoff is coming, and everything you do matters.
No pressure.
He's hanging on for dear life, and oh, no!
What have I done? I let my team down, my fans, the kids. I even let Kenny Mayne down too?
Oh, I'm fine, but that's going to be on SportsCenter.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Tonight.
That's going to be on SportsCenter.
And that could be the game.
He going to be okay? Displaced ego. It's going to be a tough climb back.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving. Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again. Like,
All rise.
Almost ready for play here. Jackson Dillon was the injured Tiger, working on his second bachelor's degree. Already has one in organizational leadership, and Greg, as you alluded to, an inspiration to this Tigers team.
He is a beloved player. They really like to lead, or he likes to lead. They like to listen to what Jackson Dillon has to say. Got a 6th-year appeal in fall camp. Father played football at Oklahoma, well respected. He was helped to the locker room. Hopefully he'll be okay. We did not see the injury, so not sure. If we get word, we'll pass it along.
Way the receiver to the bottom of the screen. 1st and goal from the 2. Inside handoff, Minter. Touchdown, South Alabama.
Good strong run there by Trey Minter. 3rd touchdown on the season.
He had 2 touchdowns in the victory over Texas State. He carries it over from the 2-yard line.
It's a young offensive line for South Alabama. He's going to run. Good push there by 63. That's Max Schreit. Makes a nice block there, pushing the defenders to the left and allowing that gap to open up where Minter can just run through it. So a nice answer here by the Jaguars.
75 yards in 5 plays and a little more than 2 minutes off the clock. Patterson with the extra point. And yes, both kickers for both sides are named Patterson. 21-14. 1 tick less than 8 remaining here in the first half.
Again, there's Baker in motion to try to keep the defense on their toes. Instead, just a straight handoff there by Minter. Got the good lead block by Max Schreit. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. And a good 75-yard drive in 2:22. Again, this is an offense that plays with tempo, as I said, but they're not going to rush, so they don't normally have those 1 minute, 1.5 minute drives. So this is a quick drive for South Alabama.
Yeah, it's a South Alabama team, averages about 27 points a game. Scoring is not necessarily the issue. Preventing the other team from scoring is they give up an average of almost 39 points a game. But Memphis was aided on a touchdown drive by a face mask foul on South Alabama, and South Alabama the beneficiary of a pass interference call against Tito Wyndham.
You got to take advantage of situations like that. Penalties, turnovers, cash them in, turn them into points. Coach Campbell has to be excited. Pete, he's in this game.
And a little chip. And the ball's loose, but the Tigers fall on it at their own 35-yard line. And that's been pretty much the way things have gone in the kicking game for the Tigers this year. Tony Pollard not getting a shot there. Antonio Gibson fielded the kick and downed it at the 35-yard line.
Simple communication. Put up the hand, fair catch. Instead, they bump into each other. That could have been a disaster for Memphis. Luckily, though, Gibson's able to jump on it.
Brady White, 8 of 9 for 122 yards tonight. Orth has been similarly impressive, 7 of 10 for 173 yards. Quarterback play has been excellent both ways tonight. Play action to Taylor, and then Brady White throws it into the ground at the feet of Taylor.
Well, that was a smart play there, Pete, because he saw that he was covered. He was draped by the defender for South Alabama, and it would have lost a couple of yards. So instead, throw it into the ground. You're out of the pocket. There's not going to be a grounding call, and you live to play another down.
Both teams with their full complement of 3 timeouts. Tigers 59-22 winners over Georgia State last Friday night. Second down for White, and he stumbles and loses back to the 28-yard line, and that will bring up third down and very long for the Tigers.
Well, turf monster right there got him. You see him drop back, and the footing is an issue. And I've spoken with Kenny Dillingham, the offensive coordinator, and Mike Norvell, and simple things like that with Brady is fundamentals. They talked to me earlier in the week about this, and that he's working to get better with his footing, and footwork was not good on that play.
White goes back the other way. Pass caught by Gadarian Jones, but well short of the first down. And the Tigers go 3 and out.
Yeah, tried a little bubble screen, a tunnel screen, if you will, and that was snuffed out nicely by South Alabama. So the young South Alabama defense with a big 3 and out.
First 3 and out for the Tigers tonight. Tigers defense had held South Alabama to back-to-back 3 and outs until that 75-yard drive on their last possession to bring them within 1 score. And very nearly that punt blocked. And this is going to take a nice Memphis roll inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Excellent punt from Adam Williams, the freshman from Lebanon, Tennessee.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
El Nino? Meat sweats?
Aliens.
That's the one, okay?
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
He's hanging on for dear life and oh!
Kenny Mayne? Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on SportsCenter.
That's gonna be on SportsCenter! And that could be the game.
ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me. I'm alone.
The college football playoff is coming, and when it comes to who's in, everything you do matters.
No pressure. He's hanging on for dear life and oh, no!
What have I done? I let my team down, my fans, the kids. I even let Kenny Mayne down too?
Oh, I'm fine, but that's going to be on SportsCenter.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
Tonight.
That's gonna be on Sports Center!
And that could be the game.
He gonna be okay? Displaced ego. It's gonna be a tough climb back.
More sports, $4.99 a month. That's a touchdown! That is a touchdown! Yes! Look at that! Yeah! Oh my God, he juked every single guy in the field.
The first half, following a career-best 58-yard punt from Adam Williams. Orth, the give off the left side. Deontay Moore cut down after a pickup of 2 by T.J. Carter, the American Conference Rookie of the Year a year ago. He's on a couple of watch lists, the Jim Thorpe and Bronco Nagurski watch lists. As you see Deontay Moore, senior out of Owens Crossroads, Alabama. 2nd down and 8 now for South Alabama. Baker in motion. And Orth kept and probably not the best option on that play. Tim Hart takes him to the deck. Tim Hart had 7 tackles against Georgia State, a team high total last weekend. It'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Local product out of Memphis University School. 18 tackles coming into this game, leads the team. And a good play there by Tim Hart. That's what you want if you're Chris Ball's defense. 3rd and long situations for Orth, who's been pretty good so far tonight, throwing for 173 yards.
Orth got his man near the 1st down marker. They mark it at the 23-yard line. A reception by Jordan McCray.
Well, good mark, and McCray was not happy with himself because he thought if he broke this, he's gone, and he would have been gone. You see Carter trying to lunge and block it, knock it down, but he's unable to get there in time. And a good catch by McCray, but a real good pass by Orth. I mentioned he's now 8 of 11, so he's throwing for nearly 200 yards last week, a career high of 266. So he's been spot on tonight.
Well, and another 3rd down conversion for South Alabama, and that had been their weak point. Minter carries to the 25-yard line. J.J. Russell the stop.
Evan Orth's brother, Perry Orth, you may remember him, played quarterback in the SEC with South Carolina. Very talented family of football players.
Just to circle back on South Alabama, now 3 of 5 on 3rd down, facing 2nd down and 7. Clock moving toward 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Orth off play action, squares up and got his man. It's Baker just shy of the midfield marker, and another South Alabama 1st down. Baker is so dangerous as a runner and as a receiver. And talking with Steve Campbell, he said flat out, we just have to get the ball in his hands. They've done that tonight, a 21-yard pickup.
Plenty of time to throw for Orth. He hits his target. There was another receiver right in the vicinity of Baker, but they still make it work. Now trips right, they're going to hand it off.
Minter trying to get to the edge. Good pursuit and dragged down. Austin Hall and Curtis Akins were there to make the play for the Tiger defense.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Pete, great lateral pursuit there. They prevented the runner from getting to the edge and turning it upfield. That's the way you do it. You string it out, and that's what Memphis did to perfection here. Once again, you see the misdirection. They hand off and go to the right, and Trey Minter is just hogtied, nowhere to go, and taken down.
2nd down and 13 for the Jaguars. Both teams their full complement of timeouts. Orth double clutches, complete to Taylor into Memphis territory at about the 47-yard line, very near. I beg your pardon, it will bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, another good ball as the Tigers only rushed 4. They dropped the linebackers back, but they're kind of in no man's land because he was able to throw it right over their heads and in front of the secondary, and a good on-the-target throw by Orth.
Orth off play action. Back shoulder route. Got it. Way out of bounds. 1st down at around the 20-yard line for South Alabama. We talked about Jamarius Way earlier. Career night last week against Texas State, 11 for 173, and putting up big numbers again tonight. That play good for 34. 1st down South Alabama. Play action. Complete again. There's Way again. and out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:07 remaining in the first half.
Well, Chris Ball's going to probably need some to look at some help over there on the side with Wyndham, because Wyndham's been turned around a couple of times, and trying to defend Way one-on-one, man-to-man is not working. Career high 171 yards last week, or I should say 252 yards for the season, 14 yards per catch. So he's a big play guy in the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week last week.
2nd down and 4. Handoff straight ahead. Tigers trying to tackle the ball. Maurice Mayo got to carry that time, as we're under 90 seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd down coming up for South Alabama. They had the first score of the game. That Memphis went up 21-7, and South Alabama trying to get things back on level terms. No timeout. 3rd down and 1. Play action for Orth. Got his man.
What a catch.
And headed to the end zone for the touchdown. It's Zach Crosby.
What a catch, a one-handed catch by Crosby. Orth just flipped it up over the defender. He knew he was wide open if he could just get the ball and give it some height, and Crosby brought it down. Watch this again. He'll just flip it over the defender. One-handed grab by Crosby, and then he takes it to the house. Got a good block there at the 2-yard line, and they're a PAT away from tying this game with less than a minute to play in the first half. You couldn't ask for more if you're Steve Campbell in South Alabama.
Crosby, his first reception of the year, goes for 11 yards and a touchdown, and South Alabama has tied the game after trailing by 14 earlier.
And look at that bench. Right now, that's a confident bunch of Jaguars. Little ball fake, then he flips it out to Crosby. Look at the block he gets right there at the 2-yard line. That was
the other tight end, Collier Smith.
Yes, Collier Smith right here with the key block that springs him free, and then he just tiptoes into the end zone. And this game is tied at 21, and a big surprise here for a lot of Tiger fans. Memphis comes into this game as a 31-point favorite, and they're all tied. Again, South Alabama scoring first, getting that opportunity. Pete gave them confidence, the way Orth is throwing the ball. The defense has made some pretty good stands. I mean, early on, the way Henderson was running, you thought, here we go again. Memphis is in a tussle tonight against the upstart Jaguars.
Well, in South Alabama, Greg, the last 2 drives have gone for 87 and 75 yards. Their last 2 scoring drives have been long marches, and this is a South Alabama team that on average possesses the ball only about 25 minutes a game. They're not a long sustained drive team, but they have been tonight, and let's see which way this kickoff is going to go.
It's Henderson.
It's Henderson, and he's dangerous, and across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So 53 seconds remaining in the half. Orth on that last drive, 6 of 6, but Memphis now with an opportunity, all 3 timeouts remaining. They'll put it in play at the 37-yard line officially.
Memphis went into this 4th weekend of the college football season #1 in the nation with 7 touchdown drives under a minute. So quick strike offense is certainly part of their repertoire. The Tigers will need that if they are to take the lead. Not much time, 53 seconds, but as you said, Pete, 3 timeouts still remain for Mike Norvell.
Brady White already has his bachelor's, working on a master's here at the University of Memphis. Over the middle, got his man, but dropped by Coxie.
Had him open in the seam there behind the linebacker, a little bit low on that pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. Most of his passes have been right on target. That one just a little bit low, but probably still should have been caught.
On 2nd down, White over the middle again. Coxie won't drop this one. He's got it for a 1st down into Jaguar territory at the 46-yard line.
They only rushed 3. They dropped 8 on the play, and Brady White found an opening. Coxie got to that spot. That's a nice play, and that's why this tandem is becoming very, very comfortable with each other.
Timeout, Memphis. This will be a 30-second timeout.
32 seconds remaining in the first half. And let the record show, the drive started with, what, 53 seconds remaining? So Memphis has done this before, and certainly having all 3 timeouts will be of benefit.
They've missed a field goal already in this game. Riley Patterson missed his first attempt of the year, but it was only his 3rd attempt overall. So that's something to keep an eye on.
It would have been a career long.
Absolutely. It wasn't a chip shot by any stretch of the imagination. But the Tigers would like to cash it for 7, I'm sure, rather than have to settle to try to break the tie with a field goal. Meanwhile, South Alabama, defensively, they've done some pretty good things tonight, Pete.
They have. I've been very, very impressed with their offense. And again, this all started, they were down 31-16 at home to Texas State. They got a pick 6 from Jalen Thompson from 55 yards out. That started the momentum rolling for them. And then they just owned the game from that point on. They scored the final 25 points of the game in beating Texas State 41-31. It was the 3rd largest deficit overcome to win a game in their 9+ seasons of play. And in that game, Evan Orth completed 73% of his passes. So you get the sense, and there's been some quarterback controversy. No controversy for the Tigers, but for South Alabama, Cole Garvin has been suspended indefinitely.
He started game 1 of the season.
Exactly. Now Mike Norvell trying to get this game untied for the Tigers. 32 seconds remaining. 1st down and 10 from the 47-yard line. White, again, deep ball over the middle and just behind the intended receiver. Tobias Moss on coverage.
Yeah, good coverage there by Moss. Trying to get Tony Pollard on the post pattern, right down the seam, right down the middle. Pretty good throw, but a real nice play defensively by Moss.
Clock stops, 27 seconds remaining.
You never worry about the clock when it comes to Memphis and their offense.
3 receivers to the bottom of the formation. White, real good closing coverage there, trying to hit Henderson. But Nigel Lawrence was there. This defensive secondary, the corners are very talented at breaking up passes. Their tackling in space is a bit suspect, but this secondary, we talk so much about their defensive line. Their secondary has played, they've had their moments tonight, and it brings up 3rd down and 10 now.
They feel Thompson, the left cornerback, could be an NFL player one day. You saw Lawrence on that last play break it up. He has 30 tackles, which leads the team.
Yeah, you have 3 seniors, and Thompson is the only junior back there. White, 3rd down and long, throws off his back foot, throws it to an open area, trying to get it to Henderson, but not the best decision. Put that one up for grabs, and Lawrence and Thompson collide.
Well, you hit it on the head, Pete. It was Brady White trying to make something happen and forcing the issue as he threw it off his back foot. It floated out there. Brady doesn't make those type of decisions often. It's very rare to see that, but maybe pressing a little bit with this game tied and 3rd down and 10. There you see it just kind of flutter out there, and then unfortunately, right there, you see the collision between the 2 defenders for South Alabama, and maybe worse for the wear is number 1, Jalen Thompson. They could ill afford to lose that talented player. Maybe just shaken up a bit, seems to be walking a little bit better now, a little gingerly, but he's going to stay on the field.
So Tigers forced into a punting situation. Adam Williams, 58 yards on his last kick, doesn't want 58 here.
Well, the Tigers will get the ball to start the second half, but surprise, surprise here in Memphis tonight.
Minter back at his own 10-yard line.
South Alabama.
South Alabama calls timeout.
30-second timeout.
Now, Pete, I would have to think that they may dial up some type of attempt to block, because they've been pretty close on a couple of occasions tonight, and it's not a bad thing to try to do. Now, obviously, if you run into the kicker, you give Memphis the ball, and even a few seconds on the clock, the Tigers can turn that into points. But certainly, you get a block, you're in position now to maybe grab the lead. So a little strategy, little cat and mouse thing going on between the 2 coaches here in the final seconds.
Meanwhile, Orth 8 of 9 in the second quarter for 146 yards and a touchdown. And Mike Norvell knows that his team is in for a real battle here. They trailed for the first time at home this year after South Alabama took the opening kickoff, drove it 75 yards.
Yeah, they're gonna come. They're gonna send 8 or 9 here.
Good snap. Got a little punch shot away that'll take a very nice Memphis bounce.
Wow.
And it will be ruled down at the 1-yard line. So with 5 seconds left, South Alabama 99 yards away from pay dirt. A 46-yard punt. Good stuff from the freshman punter.
Great punt by Adam Williams. And here's the thing. You got to watch yourself here. You got to move forward because you can't take a step back and take a knee or it'll be a safety. So Orth has to make sure. And this is one of those deals where a lot of people say, well, why don't you just get under center? And he probably will here. But a lot of times people will question why somebody's in a shotgun, in the pistol. Well, in this situation right here, you can't take a chance, although he is in the gun.
And now South Alabama will call it second timeout of the game.
I don't understand why you don't get behind the center and then just move forward, and you're going to be in play. You go down on a knee, it's halftime.
It's a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, but if you're taking the snap in the gun and it's a bad snap, it could be a recovery for a touchdown, it could be a safety. Or if you get tackled on a clean snap, it could be a safety. I think you eliminate the problems and the mistakes that could happen if you just get under center.
Great coverage by the Tigers. Pop Williams was down there. Caught a touchdown pass earlier tonight. They give the Tigers a 21-7 lead.
And he was able to throw it back before his momentum carried him into the end zone. I don't think you can get a better punt than that.
No. Now, Steve Campbell has to be thrilled with what he has seen from his team. And out of the gun, Orth. Hands it forward, and that'll do it for the first half. Minter carries the final play of the first half, and Mike Norvell and the Tigers got plenty to talk about. South Alabama has given them everything they wanted and a little bit more. All square at 21, halftime at the Liberty Bowl.
Can you feel it? Mookie, JD, Frankie, and J-Ram. These guys have set the world on fire.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot.
And the race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox Indians, tomorrow at 7 on ESPN. Telecast presented by Taco Bell.
Goal! Oh! Huh! Cross it! I was watching ESPN Plus. It's a standalone streaming service. You just watch it in the living room. Get in here, buddy. You can get all these different sports. You can get a free trial, and then you can try everything you want.
No, it's not free. You have to pay.
No, the food. Of course we're going to pay for the food. ESPN Plus. More sports. $4.99 a month. That's a touchdown! That is a touchdown! Yes! Look at that!
Yeah!
Oh, my God. He juked every single guy in the field.
Monday night.
We ride together, we die together all night long.
Big Ben and Antonio Brown.
Scoring! What an effort for the touchdown.
Face the early surprise of the season.
Let's get it! Fight for your brother! Let's go!
Can Tampa Bay conjure up more Fitz magic and prove their mettle against the Steelers?
Fitz magic is alive and well.
Monday Night Football, Steelers-Bucks, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
He's hanging on for dear life, and oh, no!
What have I done? I let my team down, my fans, the kids. I even let Kenny Mayne down too?
Oh, I'm fine, but that's going to be on SportsCenter.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Tonight.
That's going to be on SportsCenter!
And that could be the game.
He going to be okay? Displaced ego. It's going to be a tough climb back.
Adventure card, you'll earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day, not just airline purchases. Think about all the double miles you could be earning.
Holy moly, that's a lot of miles!
Shh.
What's in your wallet?
Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Report.
Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Report. I'm Adnan Burke. We have a great day of action going on around the country. To get you up to date on what's happening right now, we're going to take you to our Goal Line Network. The network takes you to live coverage and teams are in the red zone, provides highlights and scores, and is a great supplement for your college football viewing. Enjoy the coverage.
Across the 35-yard line, it's Rashid Bonnet. Comeback season for him now as a redshirt junior who battled against a separated shoulder and concussion issues last year.
Great to see him back in the offense, getting to the flow of the game.
Alfred Smith. They call him Tarzan because of that long hair coming out of the helmet. Who will be beating their chest at the end of this game? Tigers, Bulldogs. 10 points, the gap between the number.
Third quarter's over, one more to go. We'll see what happens when Tech will have it. First play of the fourth, down 10. It's 14-7 here. Kentucky has the ball in the lead.
Pressure coming from Shoop. Wilson looking to run, and he's got nowhere to go. They brought the heat. Montez Sweat gets the sack, third of the night for Mississippi State, and Wilson slow to get up.
He is a little limpy. And, you know, Rocky, we talked about the pass rush against a guy like Wilson. When you come at him, you've got to be very good at really squeezing him in to that pocket and not let him get out. It's a nice job by containing him and keeping him from running for a first down.
That's right. They call it keeping him in the net. You want to get after the pass rusher, but press that pocket. Nice job.
Max Duffy punting out of his own end zone. Mixon will return it and will only get a yard. Good coverage by Kentucky, but it's another short field for Nick Fitzgerald. They're down a touch.
All right, so it's still 14-7. That one still certainly within reach. This one appears to be out of reach. 70 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Florida was once up in this game 33-3. Vols have scored the last 10, but obviously it's not going to go their way. Final minute of the third.
Damian Pierce was in the rotation a little bit tonight as well with Davis out. Here is Scarlett. Wrapped up by Alante Taylor. Flung down near the sticks.
Scarlett has... It's a pretty good run considering all the circumstances. They're pushing him forward. Arkansas is just looking for their first points in the game. Look like they're in good shape. I mean, there's no such thing as a chip shot field goal in college football, but it looked like they're in good position to at least get 3 on this big third down. See what happens.
Play clock at 1, and they'll have to use a timeout.
Timeout.
It's their second.
Second timeout of the half.
A pivotal third down when we return you to the...
All right, see what they choose to do here coming out of the timeout for Coach Morris. Florida's got the ball, and I think at this point, the end of the third, just like we saw on the Plains, so end of 3 at Auburn, end of 3 in Knoxville. Auburn sizably in front, same thing for the Gators. Let's check out some scores in and around the country. With 2:23 to go in regulation, Army is moving the ball on Oklahoma, looking for the upset of the season. Oregon has the lead at the half. if you're looking for a second upset. The first one came courtesy of Old Dominion. UNLV, who opened the season losing to USC, since then has rebounded to win 2 in a row, taking on the Red Wolves. Reigning big time here, early fourth, with UNLV having the ball and a 7-point deficit.
Second down and 11. Williams was in motion and not getting anything there.
The guy who blew that up was Justin Clifton. Coming off the edge, he goes right through the receiver in the slot and knocks him back into Thomas. What a great play by number 10, Justin Clifton.
Bradley King was also there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 for UNLV. They trail 27-20.
Quarterback run.
3 receivers to the near side, lone receiver to the top of the screen. Rogers straight drop. Now he's going to try to run it. He eludes several tacklers and finally dropped down at about the 33-yard line.
Medley's down.
Medley, who was injured earlier in the game, making a tackle on Rogers.
Yes. 3rd down. Rogers looking right, gets pressure, spins out of 2 tackles there.
All right, from Jonesboro, Arkansas to Norman, Oklahoma. Army moving it, 2:23 to go, tie game. Oklahoma has it back, and obviously a field goal will be enough, probably, considering it's going to be tough for Army to move the ball up and down the field. They are not a quick strike team. They spent a bulk of the quarter with the ball. We'll keep you up to date for sure. Fitzgerald never saw it coming.
And nobody's helping these poor tackles tonight. I mean, listen, you got a sophomore tackle. Let's get somebody in there to chip or do something, or Josh Allen's going to wreck your day.
They better do something. They better chip. They better slide his way something, because he is in the head of number 55 right now.
3rd and 15. The double team on Allen, buying some time. And it's intercepted. The turnover for Kentucky. Tyrell O'Brien with the pick.
Well, the question mark with Nick Fitzgerald is, can he find the receiver and get an accurate pass? You see Mixon right there, finds the open middle. He's just overthrows the football. It's wide open. You got to stand in that pocket. You got to knock it down. Sails on him, interception. Kentucky with another big play, Beth, on defense.
First turnover for the Cats on the takeaway. And into the belly of Benny. Snell breaking free inside the 10. Touchdown, Kentucky. A new Kentucky touchdown record. His 3rd of the night gives him 38 for his career as he goes 36 yards.
Line has been fantastic, but Benny Snell Jr. has lived up to the talk this week, and we said he'd break one. He finally did.
Fresh off the turnover, and Snell strikes again.
You can say what you want about this young man. He might talk a little trash once in a while, but if you give him a seam just like that, he'll make you pay. Benny for Heisman, I'm buying that right now.
What is it, Big Blue Madness out there? What's going on? They're getting fired up. They're about to be 4-0 for the first time in a decade. Jamar Smith, oh yeah, look at the touch on this baby, splitting the double team. And hang on a second. This was all LSU all night, and Louisiana Tech has cut it to a 3-point game with a ton of time to go. 12:20 to go. More live action. We're on the Plains here. Auburn on this special teams run back. Let's see what this results in.
Arkansas to the right, cutting it back. That's why
Chip Lindsey would love to have him back on offense. He's got some speed.
Carlson bangs through the point after. Auburn 24, Arkansas 3. Igbenogany with the answer for Auburn after Arkansas scored its first points of the night and his first kickoff return for a score. It's a first for Auburn since Corey Grant did it at Tennessee in 2013, and it's a 3-touchdown lead here on the Plains for the home team.
Got it done. That one is a runaway on the Plains in the SEC, and this one, frankly, is as well. Tennessee scored the last 10 points of the game, but before that, Florida had a 30-point lead. We're looking at a targeting call here, which obviously, as you can see on your screen, they're going to take a look at. Let's see what the guys think.
Can't be targeting if you're doing that. So I think that's got to be, you got to consider that somewhat incidental.
After review, there's no foul for targeting. The result of the play is the first down.
I think that's exactly what the replay officials were thinking. That's not forcible contact, nor is there an indicator of targeting, which is typically a launch, or kind of rocketing yourself into the body of a player.
He comes up, he bends his knees to make a tackle, and that's the right way. And as far as I'm concerned, anytime you wrap up a player, there is no targeting. There should not be targeting.
That would be an interesting adjustment to the rule book, I think, if they added that. Like, if you're truly wrapping an offensive player up, can there be targeting there? Because you're trying to do it properly in form. Franks fires and connects. He's got Morrill Stevens, the tight end, 16 yards before Theo Jackson stopped him.
Iowa's had some great tight ends over the years. Marv Cook, Dallas Clark, Tony Moeaki. And you can add Noah Fant to the list off the pass from Nate Stanley, who grew up in Wisconsin. And Iowa has tied it at 7 at Kinnick Stadium. 3:31 to go. The winner, the outright leader, you would think, to get to the Big Ten championship game out of the West. We got a ball game here.
Smith, the great throw with the look off. And then the catch by Hardy for a touchdown. Excellent execution by the quarterback, using not only the elbow, the shoulder, and then coming all the way back to Hardy for a touchdown.
It's the big play they've been looking for but hadn't been able to find up until this point. How does LSU answer? Foster Morrow, catch number 4 tonight, had only 2 coming into the game. They wanted to get him more involved in the passing game, and they've done exactly that.
But they haven't taken the shots down the field, and that's what got them in the football game a week ago when they were down. Now it seems like they've kind of been cruising a little bit, taking the foot off the gas. They got to start pressing it down the field.
Here's a long shot, single coverage, and along the sideline, D. Anderson.
They may have to take a look at this one. Anderson, a little tightrope over at the end. Adjusts his body, gets up in the air.
The previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field was a catch.
28 yards as it stands for the play on the field.
Well, I think the things that you have to look at, first of all, when did he obtain possession of the football? And it looks to me that when he got possession of the ball, the foot that comes down first is the right foot when he obtains a possession. Or do they call the left foot first?
And does he hold it all the way through as well?
I think
he comes down to complete the catch, which it looks like he does.
He maintains possession. But I think if they call the right foot as the first foot down after gaining possession, it looks to me that that right toe may have been on the white. And if that's the case, they'll call that incomplete.
The standard they need here is indisputable video evidence to overturn the call of a catch on the field. I concur with you that when he got control, it seemed to be the right foot as the first that was down. And we've got a decision. Let's hear it.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It was a catch. First down, LSU. The game clock is not functioning properly. The game clock will be kept on the field.
I think they ruled that first foot.
The left foot.
Yes, the first foot was the left foot that came down. They thought he obtained possession with the football. That's what I have to think the replay officials saw. Is watch the left foot. He catches the football, and the left foot was down first. right when he obtained possession, right there. Still a little coming in.
Can you feel it? Mookie, JD, Frankie, and J-Ram. These guys have set the world on fire.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot.
And the race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox Indians, tomorrow at 7 on ESPN. Telecast presented by Taco Bell.
Monday night.
We ride together, we die together all night long.
Big Ben and Antonio Brown.
Scoring! What an effort for the touchdown.
Face the early surprise of the season.
Let's get it! Fight for your brother! Let's go!
Can Tampa Bay conjure up more Fitz magic and prove their mettle against the Steelers?
Fitz magic is alive and well.
Monday Night Football, Steelers-Bucks, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
Goal! Oh! Huh! Cross it! I was watching ESPN Plus. It's a standalone streaming service. You just watch it in the living room. Get in here, buddy. You can get all these different sports. You can get a free trial, and then you can try everything you want.
No, it's not free. You have to pay.
No, the food. Of course, we're going to pay for the food. ESPN Plus. More sports, $4.99 a month. That's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. Yes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He juked every single guy in the field.
He's hanging on for dear life, and oh,
What have I done? I let my team down, my fans, the kids. I even let Kenny Mayne down too?
Oh, I'm fine, but that's going to be on SportsCenter.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Tonight.
That's going to be on SportsCenter.
and that could be the game.
He going to be okay? Displaced ego. It's going to be a tough climb back.
Coming in.
Can you feel it? Mookie, JD, Frankie, and J-Ram. These guys have set the world on fire.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot.
And the race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox Indians, tomorrow at 7 on ESPN. Telecast presented by Taco Bell.
You have been watching the Goal Line Network, your home for the latest and most important action in college football. Time now to get you back to your game. Enjoy the second half.
This is the Capital One Halftime Report.
Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Breathe, and it's a fan.
That's a tech van. Really, what's happening?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Freshman, and then as we touched on already, Colt Garvin has been suspended indefinitely after an arrest last Friday for public intoxication. He was their starter for 7 games a year ago.
And the defensive line, the defensive front needs to get a little more pressure on Orth and try and maybe force a turnover or two, but he's taking advantage of it.
Another chip shot kickoff. Tigers going to get real good field position again. His team simply refused to kick to Tony Pollard.
Yeah, that was Jonathan Wilson, one of the upbacks, taking that and going forward. Great field position, as you mentioned, but the weapon that is Tony Pollard has been taken away pretty much by teams. It's field position you're going to lose out on here, but you'd rather have a team start at the 35 or 40 than have Tony Pollard run one back to the house. All this guy has done is gone for 6 career touchdowns on kickoff returns. He's 1 from the NCAA record. Pretty amazing.
Pollard in the slot, handoff Henderson to the 41-yard line. And interesting that South Alabama has not chosen to squib kick it because you get a loose ball bouncing around. It's a free ball.
Absolutely. Henderson, only 7 carries in that first half. He had a couple of long runs. One was negated by a penalty, but only 36 totes all season long. He doesn't get a lot of carries.
Now he'll get another one here, slicing through the defense into South Alabama territory to the 47-yard line, and a first down for Memphis. Nigel Lawrence put a halt to his progress. But this is the guy, Darrell Henderson. He is explosive, and I was talking with Ron Silverfield, the running game coordinator for the Tigers, and he said we knew this guy was special from the moment he walked in the door. Pickup of 12, but tracked down and dropped for a loss. Chasen Milner, the senior out of Spanish Fort, Alabama, makes the stop. Milner had 3 tackles for loss last week in the victory over Texas State, and he gets one there to make it 2nd down and 11. And this is what Steve Campbell said to me earlier this week. We have to keep Memphis behind the chains. We have to keep them off schedule. A loss of 1 on 1st down.
Love what they did right there with Tony Pollard, although he's taken down short of the 1st down. It'll set up 3rd and 5 yards, I believe. But Pollard is the guy, along with Henderson, that has skills that are just crazy off the chart. You need to get him touches.
3rd down and 5. Easy pitch and catch. Coxie for the Memphis 1st down. And that route, Jalen Thompson on the stop, but that route, Greg, has been open all night long.
Yeah, it's just a simple slant. Coxie's a tall target. Brady White has good accuracy, and he put it right on the numbers.
Henderson plows to the 26-yard line. Lawrence on the tackle, and Lawrence has been very, very busy in the secondary. Had 11 tackles last week against Texas State. And Henderson now his 10th career 100-yard night, and he adds to it here. Beautiful spin move and knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Oh, another Memphis 1st down. Thompson and Lawrence on the tackle, and to borrow the words of the great Hank Stram, they're matriculating that ball down the field.
Well, he is just powering through. That was more like a pinball as he bounced off one defender and went forward. 4 totes already on this first series of the 2nd half for Darrell Henderson. So at halftime, Mike Norvell and Kenny Dillingham got together and said, let's feed the beast and let's physically wear down the South Alabama defense with a guy like Darrell Henderson.
Beast getting a rest here. Patrick Taylor in the backfield. And he tries to cut back but can't get that accomplished as he's dragged down by Malcolm Buggs.
Nice play. Didn't let Taylor get to the edge, and he tried to cut it back up, as you said, Pete. Just nowhere to go. 2 defenders right there. Good defense on that particular play by the Jaguars.
So again, Memphis behind the chains. Loss of 3 on 1st down.
Here comes the blitz.
White stepping up, delivering. End zone. Touchdown! Coxie, what a grab!
Threw that right over the outstretched arms of Darian Mills. A perfect throw by Brady White and a great route by Coxie. And you got to give credit to that offensive line, Pete, because the blitz was coming and they beat the blitz.
They beat the blitz for 18 yards and a touchdown, and Memphis regains the lead.
One more time there, you see the blitz. Great block. In fact, the right tackle took out 2 guys, and only Coxie could grab that one. All you need is the 1 foot in bounds in college. What a play by Coxie, and the Tigers regain the lead.
Waiting on the extra point. It is good. And Memphis a 28-21 lead, a 9-play, 61-yard drive. Brady White throwing it where only DeMonte Coxie can catch it. It's good for 6 and a Memphis lead.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me. I'm alone.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
El Nino? Meat sweats?
Aliens.
That's the one, okay?
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. and there's nobody here with me.
Monday Night Football, Steelers-Bucks, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
MLS. Our soccer is everywhere, so the world knows how we do our soccer. Tomorrow on ESPN and FS1.
Demonte Coxey with the score, and it's 28-21. Tigers with the lead. And Greg, we alluded to it at the top of the telecast. He's become Brady White's reliable favorite receiver.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns coming into this game. He has 5 catches already tonight for 67 yards. And what's not to like about a target that size? He's a physical player. That's a big void when you lose an Anthony Miller, set all receiving records here at the University of Memphis and is now with the Chicago Bears second-round draft pick. So Coxey to step up is big for Memphis.
Short kick. This will be Minter. Has a seam across the 25-yard line and is cut down there. And so South Alabama will put the ball in play following the 19-yard return for the first time tonight. Third quarter has been a strength for the Tigers, outscoring their opponents 21-6 in the third quarter. But Steve Campbell has gotten solid play from Evan Orth, his senior quarterback out of Jacksonville. Finished the first half with 6 consecutive completions.
Well, Memphis did what they wanted to do. Come out and put some points on the board, and Mike Norvell's got to be happy with that. Now see if Campbell and South Alabama can answer.
More carries and a good push, dragged down by Hall and Akins for the Tigers.
We've certainly called their names an awful lot tonight, Hall and Akins.
Defensive coordinator Chris Ball of the Tigers. What did he tell his team at halftime? How about some open field tackling? Jordan McCray, nowhere to go. Tito Wyndham, who had some struggles in the first half. Big play there.
Yeah, it really was, Pete. That was just a flanker screen thrown out to the receiver, and Wyndham was all over him. There wasn't that 10-yard cushion off the line of scrimmage. He was right in on him, and there wasn't much real estate. So Wyndham, who's had some really big plays, he saved that 1 touchdown, knocking the guy out the one way, but he's also been burned a couple of times. It's been hot and cold for Tito Wyndham.
Third down and long for Orth. Pressure. Throws it away.
And that was pressure with only 4. They showed blitz. They backed off. They only rushed 4, and they got pressure in on Orth with just the 4. I don't know if that's just a great surge by the defensive line, which struggled a bit in the first half, or maybe they're wearing down the offensive line.
Augustus and Dorcius providing the pressure. Chris Ball telling us this week, 3rd and long, that would be a down that they would want to blitz, maybe not so much on first down.
Right.
Didn't blitz, but they showed it there. And Orth with the incompletion. It's the 3rd 3 and out for the Jaguars tonight. And fair catch called for and made by Pop Williams.
You have to make a guy like Orth uncomfortable. He's been comfortable back there. He can sit in the pocket, eat a sandwich, and make a throw. And a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience coming in is throwing the ball in the first half like Joe Montana. So now you get some pressure on Orth. You try to get him off balance, off kilter a little bit. So a real good offensive possession for the Tigers and a good defensive possession, or defensive stand, I should say, and now they get the ball back. So the Tigers try to open this thing up. They had a 14-point lead at one point in the first half, and South Alabama came back to tie it.
44-yard punt, no return. Tigers have it 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. Taylor picks up a couple. Jeffrey Watley, junior out of Midland City, Alabama, making the tackle for the Jaguars. Second down and 7 for Brady White. Had a chance to sit down and talk to him over lunch at the Tigers Media Day. Very impressive young man. Very studious, smart. Steps up here and delivers over the middle. Pass caught Magnifico in space and into South Alabama territory. The big fella rumbling inside the 35-yard line before A.J. DeShazer takes him down.
Magnifico Only 3 catches coming into this game, and his number's been called a couple of times in this one. He broke 2 tackles. Watch it again. Brady White has time, steps up, as you said, Pete, throws a bullet. There's the one tackler who misses, and then watch him break another tackle as Magnifico hurdles him.
35-yard pickup. Patrick Taylor spins inside the 30. And the Memphis offense getting a rhythm here. And what's so impressive about Brady White, Greg, is that he takes what the defense gives him. And that's the whole Norvell philosophy. We're looking for the best matchup, and they've rediscovered Joey Magnifico tonight.
He is a cerebral quarterback. He sees the field well. He reads the defense as well, and that's why Mike Norvell wanted to bring him here to Memphis after originally courting him when he was at Arizona State and was an offensive coordinator.
Taylor, not much there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Tigers need the 22-yard line. White steps up again over the middle. Coxie. And that will be short of the 1st down by a couple of yards.
Now that's a play right there. You want Coxie to run to the mark. Run to the chain right there and get in a position where if you are going to be tackled immediately, you're at the 1st down mark. Instead, he was set up about 2 yards short, and you're going to have to break a tackle if you're going to get a 1st down when you set up short of the mark. So, unfortunately, the Tigers are going to have to try to settle for a field goal. Good stand by South Alabama.
Patterson from 42, missed from 44 wide right in the 1st half. Patterson. It's good. And the Tigers extend their lead to 31-21 with 7:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2 drives, 2 scores for the Tigers in the 3rd.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
He's hanging on for dear life, and
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on Sports Center.
that's gonna be on Sports Center, baby! And that could be the game.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere. Big plays. Big statement. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
Does this make you want a Reese's? Oh, how about this? Okay, we'll stop. Just kidding. We're not gonna stop. Not sorry. Reese's.
MLS. Our soccer is everywhere. Makes us known. So the world sees who we are, how we do our soccer.
Tomorrow, it's Philadelphia Union versus Sporting KC on ESPN. Then it's LA Galaxy versus Seattle Sounders FC on FS1.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again. Like,
all rise.
Riley Patterson giving Memphis a 10-point lead at 31-21. Not quite midway through the third quarter. Riley Patterson tying his career high with a 42-yard field goal, missed from 44 earlier. And Memphis has a tradition, Greg, of having some pretty good kickers.
They really have. Of course, last year's Super Bowl, one of the heroes, Jake Elliott, and that's the guy Patterson replaced 2 seasons ago. And then you go back to the great Steven Gostkowski. Speaking of Super Bowls, he and the New England Patriots have been in quite a few. So Patterson trying to follow in their footsteps.
And Minter will let this go through the end zone, and so it will be 1st and 10 for South Alabama on the 25-yard line. Talking about some of the notable Tiger alumni in the NFL. Isaac Bruce, great receiver. Gostkowski has a handful of rings. D'Angelo Williams, Atari Poe, Paxton Lynch, Anthony Miller. I mean, there's a lot of quality there.
So much quality that Jake Elliott, we don't have room to put him up here on the graphic, but yeah, Paxton Lynch right now looking for a new home after being released by Denver. He's had tryouts with 4 or 5 teams, and we're certainly hoping the former first-round pick makes it.
Mayo trying the right side, finds a crease and picks up 8.
Yeah, good nifty running there by Maurice Mayo, the junior. He cut back. He's a little guy and has a good first down run for South Alabama.
Have been averaging about 3 yards a game. Carried the ball 3 times in the win over Texas State. 2nd down and 2. Minter gets the edge. Has a first down. And is shoved out of bounds.
Good strong run there by Trey Minter. You saw number 70, Troy Thinkstad, the left tackle, way out there helping out. Good offensive surge by the line. Good downfield blocking by Jamarius Way. And a big pickup there for South Alabama.
On first down, Orth got his man, Way. First down, South Alabama, and they are in business, and Way continues to have his way with the Memphis secondary. Jacoby Francis on coverage, under 7 to play in the 3rd, but South Alabama on the move.
There were 3 Tigers around Way, and he still went up and caught it on a perfect pitch and catch.
29 yards on that last play. Handoff Mayo, nothing there. Tackled by Dorcius.
And Dorcius got in the backfield, made the play. Here again, you see the time. You got to pressure him, and he throws it high enough where Way is just bigger than the defenders, and he is having himself another nice game.
Orth 15 of 19 for 281 yards.
So he sets his career high, breaks his career high that he set last week, and we got a long way to go.
Pickup of 1 on the last play. Turning the corner, Baker got a block and angled out of bounds at around the 15-yard line, and that'll be another South Alabama first down.
Yeah, Baker's got that speed to hit the edge, to take it up the field, and then when you get a block, you're going to get an extra 5 or 6 yards, and they moved that ball to the 13-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 13, trips to the near side. Orth clutches, throws, end zone, touchdown, caught by Kawan Baker.
Baker was absolutely wide open. Now, we do have to mention, LaAndre Thomas, the normal starting free safety, is out with an injury. They have moved Josh Perry into that starting free safety position. You saw Perry come in late. Nobody had Baker. Watch again the time that Orth has. The fake to the right really caught the Tigers by surprise. He looked right. He didn't throw right. He threw over the middle, and he had his man for the touchdown.
Yeah, Josh Perry getting the start at safety, beaten on the play. And a flag down. This will most likely be a false start against South Alabama.
False start, 71 offense, 5-yard penalty, still point for try.
All right, just make the PAT a little longer for Gavin Patterson. But we saw in the first half, Pete, South Alabama fell behind 21-7. They came back to tie it. That's where we were at halftime. Tigers jumped to a 10-point lead in the 3rd quarter, and back come the Jaguars. They are not going away tonight.
And another long-distance drive. Extra point is blocked. So a 4-point game, 31-27. Patterson had one blocked last week at Texas State. Jaguars come up with 6, but not 7. Baker, the touchdown reception, the 2nd from Orth.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again. Like,
All rise.
ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me. I'm alone.
He's hanging on for dear life and all.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on SportsCenter.
That's going to be on SportsCenter. And that could be the game.
The college football playoff is coming, and this season, everything matters. Your game face, his khakis, their bling, your black tie, where you sit, where he sits, the height of the grass, the signs you make, or what this lady eats for breakfast. Because the college football playoff is coming, and everything you do matters.
No pressure. Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
This light rain started falling in Memphis right around halftime. Memphis Tigers a 31-27 lead over South Alabama. And you're looking at the fella that blocked the field goal. It was Jonathan Wilson, the defensive lineman, the junior out of Louisiana. So a 4-point margin and a chip kick, not really an onside kick, but the Tigers are on it, and again we'll have good field position.
So here's South Alabama answering again. A good ball fake right there by Orth, and he finds Baker who's wide open. There you see Perry getting the start tonight. He gets beat, and that made it a 4-point game. But Jonathan Wilson with the block right in the middle of your screen, and that makes it a 2-possession game. So you never know how big that could be at the end. An extra point made there. A field goal would tie it. Now you can't tie it up with a field goal.
And you wonder if the procedure penalty and the resultant 5-yard walk-off, if that mattered with the trajectory of the kick.
That's a good point, Pete.
Be that as it may, Brady White and the Tigers leading by 4. They have moved the ball well here in the third. Pollard in space along the sideline and is marked out at the 37-yard line. So a pickup of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up second down.
But there's a perfect example of how Kenny Dillingham, the Tigers offensive coordinator, is trying to get Tony Pollard more involved. He lines him up as a wide receiver there. Sometimes they'll put him in the slot. Sometimes they'll put him out wide. Sometimes they'll put him in the backfield.
White on the roll, and Pollard makes that grab 2 yards short of the first down.
That's a heck of a catch there. Low throw from Brady White. Pollard back-to-back plays.
But a big third down for Memphis now because South Alabama once again getting into an offensive rhythm. Play action, White, plenty of time, but nobody there, not sure if the route was broken.
Well, he tried to go to the well too many times. That was a third attempt at trying to get Tony Pollard the football, and he was covered. That was real good coverage there, and I think Brady White would have been better suited, maybe with a pump fake and trying to look elsewhere because Pollard was smothered on the coverage.
So just when it appears that Memphis had the momentum coming out of the gate in the third quarter, scoring the first 10 points of the period, South Alabama responds with a touchdown and now a 3-and-out defensively.
Yeah, how about Greg Stoll? Fake
punt to the up man, and this is going to go nowhere.
Wow. Wow, they were successful with this last week with Jonathan Wilson. They tried it again, and it was snuffed out by South Alabama. Wow, what a play defensively by the Jaguars.
And now South Alabama set up in real good field position. They had this well scouted, and Wilson had nowhere to go, so the ball changes hands.
All you had to do, Pete, was look back at the tape from last week, which they did. Same play, but a different result as Jonathan Wilson got the first down for Memphis. Again, he's the up back. They snap it directly. The punter fakes like it's going over his head. And Memphis now 1 for 2 in back-to-back weeks. And South Alabama's going to call a timeout. But, wow, a little surprised at that one there, especially because you had one last week that was successful. And now you're in trouble as South Alabama's in great field position, down 4.
He's hanging up.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
The college football playoff is coming, and this season, everything matters. Your game face, his khakis, their bling, your black tie, where you sit, where he sits, the height of the grass, the signs you make, or what this lady eats for breakfast. Because the college football playoff is coming, and everything you do matters.
No pressure.
Well, Steve Campbell said when he got to South Alabama, he wanted to institute a culture of toughness and physicality. And his team has been tough and physical and tenacious tonight. On first down, carry by Moore to the 32-yard line. TJ Carter with the stop. Pickup of about 3 on the play. So second down and 7 coming up.
Pete, let's give a lot of credit to Matt Kitchens, the special teams coach. Obviously, Greg Stewart, the DC, on that whole series, but especially Kitchens, as they were very well aware of what Memphis could try to do with a fake punt, and they snuffed it out.
Orth pitches. Moore trying to turn the corner, but tracked down by Austin Hall.
Well, Austin Hall, I'm not going to say he was a spy there watching that running back, but he certainly was on top of it. He made it a lateral run for Deontay Moore, and he had nowhere to go. So another good play by the senior Austin Hall, or the redshirt junior, I should say.
You'd be looking at a 47-yard field goal if the Jaguars don't pick up anything here. They run to the short side with a quarterback kept by Orth, who came into the game as the Jaguars' leading rusher, and he makes plays with his feet again. And a first down for South Alabama.
That's an RPO play right there by Orth. He saw what the defense was doing. He's rushed for over 100 yards coming in and averaging nearly 10 yards a pop. And right there, the move was the keep. He kept, and there's Jonathan Wilson, who just was the guy who was tackled on the fake punt. He's down right now being attended to for the University of Memphis. But, boy, Orth is doing it with his arm. He's doing it with his legs. And South Alabama now at the 16-yard line trying to grab a lead with a touchdown. Watch again. There's the fake on the jet sweep. That was Baker. You got to be honest if you're defensively watching this guy Baker because he's such a playmaker. And then Orth right up the middle, and he's already into the second line of defense before he's finally tackled.
Yeah, that was an exceptional fake by Orth. Had to hesitate to make sure that we had the right ball carrier. Orth is a guy who went to UAB, transferred after he was redshirted there. Only played in 2 games last year. Came out of spring practice, wasn't even the starting quarterback. But he has asserted himself and has played exceptional football.
Even though he hasn't had a lot of reps, you think about the years he has been playing quarterback, whether it's just practicing, whether it's on the practice squad. As you said, started out at UAB in 14, didn't play in 15 or 16 with South Alabama. Played 2 games last year and started out this year as the second stringer. It's been a pretty amazing turnaround for Orth.
And they've got a crease up the middle for Minter, who carries to the 10-yard line. And that'll bring up second down and 4. Akins makes the stop. We were talking with some of the South Alabama people before the game, and they were not playing well against Louisiana Tech. Orth comes in, leads them to 2 late touchdown drives that gave them an opportunity to win that game. And, of course, then the 15-point comeback last week against Texas State.
Don't minimize the fact that his brother was a quarterback for South Carolina. He seems like he's a natural leader. Jet sweep.
Here it comes. Baker inside the 10, maybe about the 8. Josh Perry with the tackle. Mark him down at the 9, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Here's Baker, who's had another big night. He's the guy that makes defensive coordinators have trouble sleeping as they design to try to defend this South Alabama offense.
Counting down to 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Minter did not get it. Tiger defense bows up. J.J. Russell stuffing Minter. Tito Wyndham also in on the play for the Tigers. And we hit 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Now, if you're Steve Campbell, you're going to roll the dice, or you're going to get Gavin Patterson out there, who just had a PAT blocked.
You need 2 yards here on 4th down. I go for it. You're on the road, you're 31-point underdogs, and you trail Memphis by 4 points. And there's still plenty of time, even if they come up short. And they will roll the dice.
They need the 6-yard line. 4th down and 2. Handoff. Did not get it. Minter stopped again.
That time they did not go, and there you see a dejected Steve Campbell. They did not flinch when they saw Baker in motion. They stuck in their lanes, Pete. They fought off the blockers, and they made the play. And that's what a defensive line has to do, especially in a short situation like it was there, 4th and 2. Watch. You'll see Baker. Nobody flinches. They hand it off to Minter, and they just plug it up. Great play by the Memphis front.
It was a matter of just doing your job, and this is a Memphis defensive line that's missing a couple of starters.
But again, I don't think it's something that South Alabama is going to be distraught about. They gambled. There's still 1:24 to go in quarter number 3, and they're only down 4. Now they need a nice defensive stand, but I have no problems with them going for it there.
Henderson hit in the hole.
Took a couple of guys to take him down after that initial hit. He's kind of like a battle, what do they call it, a battering ram, and he lowers the boom. Darrell Henderson, you're going to feel it for a while.
Sean Brown, the nose tackle for South Alabama, makes the stop. Did not gain on the play, so 2nd down and 10. Pollard moves in the backfield, and that'll draw a flag as he was moving forward at the snap.
Procedure costing them 5 yards there, and they're deep in their own territory.
Ball start, 56, offense. Half the distance to the goal, replay, 2nd down.
Dylan Parham drew the flag, the freshman. It's a very veteran offensive line, with the exception of Parham, a freshman from Carrollton, Georgia, redshirted last year.
We haven't had a lot of flags tonight, but the flags that we've had have been pretty big.
They have been impactful, there's no doubt about it. Both teams have benefited from penalties that kept drives alive that ended up in touchdowns. A 2nd down and 14. White over the middle. Coxie. 1st down and still on his feet to the 43-yard line.
We've seen that play 3 or 4 times in this game, and Travis Reed, number 28 for South Alabama, tries to tackle Coxie high, and he just sheds the tackle and gets another 8 to 10 yards. You got to tackle him low, maybe getting a little bit tired there trying to chase down Coxie, the redshirt sophomore.
39 yards on the play. Brady White, 252 yards through the air, and Henderson nowhere to go.
Great lateral pursuit right there. Really nice job, led by... Who was that?
DeShazer.
Yeah, DeShazer. We've called his name a number of times tonight, too. Really good job. When you can string out Henderson and he doesn't get the edge, that's the way you stop him.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter, a loss of 5. The Tigers and Jaguars were tied at 21 at the break. Memphis taking a 4-point lead to the 4th.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again. Like,
All rise.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on Sports Center.
He's hanging on for dear life and all.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on Sports Center.
That's going to be on Sports Center. And that could be the game.
Monday Night Football, Steelers Bucks, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
Can you feel it? Red Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
El Nino? Meat sweats? Aliens. That's the one, okay?
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
The college football playoff is coming, and this season, everything matters. Your game face, his khakis, their bling, your black tie, where you sit, where he sits, the height of the grass, the signs you make, or what this lady eats for breakfast. Because the college football playoff is coming, and everything you do matters.
No pressure. Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
He's hanging on for dear life and all. No!
What have I done? I let my team down, my fans, the kids. I even let Kenny Mayne down too?
Oh, I'm fine, but that's going to be on Sports Center.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
Tonight.
That's going to be on Sports Center. And that could be the game.
He gonna be okay?
Displaced ego. It's going to be a tough climb back.
Welcome back to the Liberty Bowl. Pete Pranica, Greg Gaston with you. And this has been a heck of a ball game. South Alabama, a heavy underdog within 4. And both of these teams have put up big numbers. Mike Norvell was thrilled with his 422. Not so thrilled with South Alabama's 406.
And nearly 300 passing yards by Orth, the career high.
White crossing, Pop Williams. And Pop Williams into South Alabama territory, marked down at the 43-yard line. First down for the Tigers as the rain continues to fall here at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. A pickup of 19. Williams with a touchdown reception in the first half.
That slant's been there pretty much all game long, and Brady White put it right there on the numbers. Big first down for the Tigers.
Henderson cuts back to the 39-yard line. Bull Barge. It's a guy that we were very impressed with coming in. Have not called his name a whole lot tonight, but Bull Barge makes the stop there. Second team preseason all Sun Belt pick.
Leading tackler coming in and a good leader for the South Alabama defense that Greg Stewart has dialed up.
White 271 yards throwing the football tonight.
Tigers a little more deliberate on offense. You don't see that often.
Magnifico's caught a couple of passes, a wingback on the right. Here comes pressure, and they throw against the pressure. It's Henderson on the reception. The cutback gets him a first down to the 31-yard line. And what a brilliant read by Brady White to feel the pressure, loop it to the vacated area.
And you're going to tack on 15 yards with a roughing the passer call. That goes against, I believe, Watley. And that will hurt you, South Alabama. But Pete, yeah, your point is well taken. Brady White can call that RPO after the snap. And exactly what he did there was he saw the defense, what he was able to do. And right here on the replay, watch, again, the pass out there perfectly, and there you see the late hit as they rough the passer, Brady White, but they get the ball to Henderson.
That was Malcolm Buggs who drew the flag. First down. Reverse. Pollard blocking. 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well done. Get it into your weapons, and that is certainly a big weapon for the Tigers. Tony Pollard gives Memphis a 10-point lead pending the extra point.
16 yards for Pollard. Well, they can't force South Alabama to kick to him, but Kenny Dillingham gets the ball in his playmaker's hands, and this was well executed as Pollard takes it to the house to make it 37-27.
Well, you had a little razzle-dazzle there with the reverse. Henderson going to his right. Back comes Pollard, and Pollard takes it into the end zone. Nice play. A little trickery there by the Tigers.
Tigers lead it by 11. They go 92 yards after the fourth down stop, and they lead South Alabama early fourth quarter.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Yao Ming. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving.
Oscar Robertson. Irvin Magic Johnson.
Cheryl Miller.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Phil Jackson.
Adam Silver. They call me the Iceman.
My name is Stephen Curry.
My name's Jerry West.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
He's hanging on for dear life and all.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on SportsCenter.
That's going to be on SportsCenter. Baby! And that could be the game.
El Nino? Meat sweats? Aliens. That's the one, okay?
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
Tony Pollard with his first rushing touchdown of the season and the fourth of his Memphis Tigers career, helping the Tigers push back to a double-digit lead. You see what they have done on the ground tonight. Henderson, and another triple-figure game. Patrick Taylor, solid as well. And Pollard, 3 for 30 and a touchdown on the reverse.
That's really good balance from the Tiger skill position players, their weapons. Pollard last year had 10 total touchdowns, 4 on returns, 4 receiving touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So even though teams have taken him away from the kickoff return, they are finding ways to get him the ball.
Patterson booms this one into the end zone for a touchback. And South Alabama, all right, Greg, we talked about them being young. They make mistakes as a result of their youth. Now you're really under the gun. You're down 11, 13 and a half remaining. This is going to be a good test for Evan Orth. Can you come up with a big play or series of big plays? Because that's what South Alabama needs right now.
Absolutely, and I think, Pete, they've grown up a lot tonight, but now you find yourself down 11 in the fourth quarter. Time starting to wind down, but you have to be patient, right? It's still a lot of time to get a couple of scores, but you need to have a good, strong drive here. And that's a good start.
Yeah, good, strong pass caught by Way, held short of the first down by a couple of yards.
Boy, Way is a real good target. And we got a late flag here. A little jawing going on between Way and Akins.
See if these will be offsetting fouls.
After the play, a sportsmanlike conduct, number 63 offense. pulled a defender off the pile. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Wow, that's a big call.
That is Max Shrite. Wasn't sure if that was Way and Akins just kind of barking at each other like you said, Pete, and it would be offsetting. Instead, they get South Alabama and Steve Campbell not happy. Watch. Here's what he does. He'll grab him right off the pile. He'll pull him up, and Akins doesn't want anything of it. Don't touch me. He's trying to get him off his teammate.
Second down and 17. Wow. Curtis Akins with a stop of Maurice Mayo. And that's energized the Memphis defense a little bit, and that will bring up third and long with 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter.
We talked about one of the leaders they lost from last year on offense in Anthony Miller. On defense, they lost a terrific player in Jannard Avery. He's now playing for the Cleveland Browns, and they need guys to step up, and Akins is one of those guys really stepping up. And remember, Jackson Dillon got hurt. O'Brien Goodson has also gotten hurt in this game for Memphis.
4 wide. Now Minter goes in motion. Minter pass low and incomplete, and that will bring up fourth down. So the Tigers get the stop, and the chippy conversation continues.
And that play was doomed from the start. He threw it to the short side. There was not a lot of real estate and a lot of players over on that right side. And a little surprised that he wasn't looking down the field. I don't think Memphis was sending anybody other than the 4 they've been sending right now. Orth and his wide receiver are going to have a little conversation. That's Baker and Orth. And now a punting situation for South Alabama.
High hanging punt and a fair catch at the 35-yard line by Pop Williams. Fourth quarter action in Memphis. Tigers up 38-27.
We are all on a journey. Which way are you going? Why not south? Find your direction. Go south.
El Nino? Meat sweats? Aliens. That's the one, okay?
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again.
All rise.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere. Big plays. Big statement. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
MLS. How we do our soccer. Tomorrow on ESPN and FS1.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
Not all that far from Beale Street. We're at Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. Memphis Tigers a 38-27 lead over South Alabama. Well, these two teams a little different in terms of their football pedigree, particularly in terms of how long they've been playing the sport.
Yeah, Memphis goes way back to 1912. Memphis Normal School way back in the day. South Alabama got kick-started in 2009 and did not play. They played FBS in 2012, but their first Sun Belt Conference season, 2013, just 5 years ago.
Henderson picking his way, still on his feet, and plowing forward to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And for the 24th time in the 30 games under Mike Norvell, the Tigers have put up 30 or more points.
Just continue to do some marvelous things offensively with the innovative mind of Mike Norvell and Kenny Dillingham, who, by the way, was also at Arizona State and also worked with Brady White during his redshirt year. Short gain there.
Henderson carries near the first down marker. Bull Barge on the stop.
Henderson getting a lot of work in the second half. He only had the 7 totes in the first half. That's good for a first down there. Now certainly the clock beat on the Tigers side. They're a team that likes to run the offense pretty quickly, but may slow it down a bit here with an 11-point lead and 11 and a half to go.
Well, coming into tonight's game, they had 6 scoring drives of 10 or more plays. Henderson, cut back, explodes in space. Henderson to the 20. Henderson will take it to the house.
Wow, Jalen Thompson had the angle to stop him from going into the end zone at about the 10-yard line, and he couldn't do it. But once the cutback was made at the line of scrimmage by Henderson, he saw green grass, or turf in this case, in front of him, and another long touchdown run by the leading rusher in the country, Mr. Electric, Darrell Henderson.
54 yards. And the Tigers open up their largest lead of the night at 44-27.
That is his 5th 50 or more, or 50-yard or more run for a touchdown this year, and he also has a touchdown reception of over 50 yards. It is absolutely phenomenal what he does when he gets his hands on the ball.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. 45-27 the count, early 4th quarter. Darrell Henderson averaged 16.5 yards per rush against Georgia State. Another healthy average tonight.
Watch this quick cutback right here. He sees the hole, he gets the lead block, and then he cuts back, got another block there. Now watch Thompson come in here, misses him. Henderson in for the touchdown.
Power and speed, and that cutback ability, Greg, as you well know, not everybody can do that.
Pete, not at all, and that's why, look, we've seen D'Angelo Williams here at Memphis, and he's the greatest running back that's ever played at this school and had a great NFL career. But I don't think it's crazy when you watch Darrell Henderson to think about D'Angelo Williams, because he does those same type of things. Anytime he touches the ball, he could go 80 yards for a touchdown. Anytime he touches the ball, he can run you over or run around you like D'Angelo did. I know there's only one D'Angelo Williams, but boy, Darrell Henderson, look at the comparisons here. I mean, D'Angelo Williams, 263, that's his high at Memphis. Henderson, 233. Henderson, 2 straight 200-yard games. If he can get to 200 tonight, he would tie D'Angelo's record of 3 straight games with a deuce or more.
Kickoff away, and again, a touchback. And so now, South Alabama in desperate straits. And credit to the Tigers playmakers tonight, whether it was Henderson or Coxie or Magnifico. So many different guys made plays for Memphis tonight, and Mike Norvell has to be thrilled, because that's what his whole offense is predicated on. Find the best matchup and exploit it and maximize that matchup. And we've seen that particularly here in the second half. From the 25, Orth. Out of the backfield, this is Moore, pushed out at the 30-yard line. Pickup of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Jaguars.
And Orth has shown me a lot tonight. That was just a simple check down to his back. He gets 5 yards out of it. South Alabama's got to be pretty excited about conference play. They're not picked to win their division. They're picked to finish 3rd. They're already 1-0, and they got App State next week, which will be a big challenge in Boone, North Carolina. But they got to like their prospects under Steve Campbell moving forward. Well, that was a miscommunication there with the receivers.
And again, it's the relative youth and inexperience. I mean, you've got Way as a senior, McCray as a junior as a wideout, but there are a lot of guys that are going to grow into their positions. Kawan Baker, fabulous football player, just a sophomore. And the more reps he gets and the more games he gets under his belt for Steve Campbell and the Jaguars, the better it's going to be. 3rd down and 5. Orth timing route off the hands of the intended receiver and incomplete. It was intended for Baker, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now Baker ran a good route. He rounded the mark, and I don't know if it was Baker slipping or the pass was a little off the mark. Let's take a look at it. Orth has plenty of time. He fires it, and I just can't tell, Pete, if Baker was slipping or not, because he's going down. Now he's trying to lunge for it. It looks like he's trying to lunge for it, so it may have been just a little off the mark, and that was a big incompletion there, because now they have to turn it back over to Memphis.
And this Tiger defense that has been gashed from time to time, back-to-back 3-and-outs. And Williams with a sliding fair catch at the 34-yard line. Greg, you know, we talk about Brady White, and obviously a talented quarterback, but the ground game that Mike Norvell has and Ryan Silverfield has coached has been outstanding tonight.
Well, we've seen all of them. We've seen Patrick Taylor, and there you go with Darrell Henderson, and Tony Pollard's gotten his chances as well. There goes the big long run for Taylor, and then Henderson goes into the end zone. It's a lot of Henderson and a lot of Taylor. These are physical running backs. They're going to wear you down. And then there's Pollard catching the ball. There's the reverse that scores another touchdown for Memphis, and you can only do so much when you defend this team.
Williams in space, gets to the 40-yard line, pickup of 6, making 2nd down and 4. DJ Daniels on the stop.
You'd like to say pick your poison, but I think that's pretty hard to do, because if you want to load the box and try to slow down that running game, well, Brady White's an accurate passer, and he's going to pick you apart. And if you only keep 4 in the box and don't blitz and try not to do anything a little bit outside the box, well, then Henderson and Taylor and Pollard are going to do what they've done tonight and have done all season long.
Antonio Gibson, the receiver to the bottom of your screen. Patrick Taylor dragged down for a loss. Tackled by Shazer and Turner.
Yeah, nice to hear Turner's name called. He's a guy that they love. He leads by example. He's a junior from Georgia, preseason 2nd team. I mentioned this earlier, all Sun Belt Conference. That was from the Affluent Sports magazine.
3rd and 5, and Taylor's got nowhere to go. That defensive line that concerned the Tiger coaching staff all week long, standing tall here. Fisher and Milner in on the stop. So the Tigers will have to punt it away here.
Yeah, real nice stand there. Milner, 4 tackles for losses, and he's in the backfield, and he just blew that play up. So South Alabama just continues to play hard. Again, if they are not going to be able to come back and upset the Tigers, I have to imagine, though, the coaches, you're never happy with a loss. Don't get me wrong, but you got to be happy with his performance.
And the punt is blocked. The punt is blocked, and the ball loose and still loose, and the Tigers recover. But the block punt, and the Jaguars got close to Adam Williams previously, but they get this one.
Doesn't matter who recovers it. It's South Alabama's football. Wow, what a big play. It just took a while for Williams. Oh, he punted it low. He punted it right into the defense.
Yeah, there were about 3 Jaguars there.
It just took him a long time to go through his motion, the punt, and as you saw in that replay, it came off the foot very low, right into the defense, and South Alabama not done yet.
Davin Flanord got the block. Orth swings it out. Baker, 20-yard line, not much there.
Good job in the secondary by the Tigers. They did not allow anybody to get open, so he went with the check down. Still positive yardage, but only a few to Baker.
Tigers try to fake punt. It was snuffed out, and now they've had a punt blocked. 2nd down and 9. Orth, pump fake, throwing end zone and incomplete. Intended for McCray.
That is a hard throw to make. He's on the left hash, he pump fakes, and then in one motion tries to throw completely across the field, and incomplete for McCray. 3-possession game here with an 18-point lead for Memphis. South Alabama absolutely 100% has to walk out of here with points, preferably a touchdown.
Orth, 310 yards, a career-high number for him. 3rd down and 9, but 4-down territory, most certainly for South Alabama. Orth over the middle, and that will be good for a 1st down.
And Baker just pushed his receiver forward for another 3 or 4 yards. There was no whistle. He was able, or Baker, I should say, the receiver was pushed by Trey Minter. Watch this again. Right over the middle. Got Orth, looks to his right, comes back, hits the cutter, and then look at Minter push him forward for another 3, 4, 5 yards.
Pickup of 14, 1st and goal on the 4-yard line.
That slant been open pretty much for both teams.
Throwing back shoulder touchdown, South Alabama, Jamarius Way.
Again, Way at 6'4", TJ Carter at 5'11". They take advantage of the height difference, and South Alabama able to cash in after the block punt.
So Way's touchdown makes it 45-33, 3rd touchdown for Orth tonight. So he has equaled his season output. He had 3 coming in, 3 tonight. Short field for the Jaguars. They're going to go for 2 here to make it a 10-point game.
Again, Baker in motion.
Rolling right. Orth rolling, throwing, and it is successful to Jamarius Way. So he scores all 8 on that possession. And we are not done yet. 45-35. South Alabama not going away. They set it up with a block punt by Flanor.
Wow, the block punt sets up the touchdown. There it is, Orth to Way. We still have a ball game, folks.
He's hanging up.
When I wake up, well, I'm outnumbered, you see, but I like my house styled like a magazine. I keep method, sitting by the kitchen sink. Sustainability help me make it through their teens.
In my workspace, well, I like to use good things. You know, plant-derived ingredients are the best. I use method that smells like pink grapefruit. Each time I wash my hands, I smell them and say, yes.
'Cause I would scrub 500 tiles, and I would scrub 500 more, just to keep my bathroom colorfully clean for the one that I adore. Scrub it up, yeah. Scrub it up, yeah. Thoughtful products really care about you. Scrub it up, yeah. Scrub it up, yeah. Great design can be sustainable too.
Effective, pretty, and friendly.
'Cause we care about every little thing we do.
Each lovely bottle has thoughtful stuff inside. So your method's green, but comes in every hue.
'Cause we will scrub 500 tiles, and we will scrub 500 more. Scrub it up, yeah. Scrub it up, yeah. Great design can be sustainable too. You'll find your method is our method too.
JD, Frankie, and J-Ram, the race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Red Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
Jamarius Way is a matchup nightmare for an opposing secondary. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion from Evan Orth, who has lit up the skies here in Memphis. A career best 326 yards, 3 TDs, no picks, and so efficient, 21 of 29. He has really turned a lot of heads here tonight.
Showing leadership, obviously the arm strength. He's been accurate. He's run the ball well. What else can you ask for from this young man? Again, came into this game with very limited experience. Now, South Alabama down 10 with 7.5 to play. And
timeouts, Memphis.
And the Tigers call for a timeout here.
30-second timeout.
Corliss Waitman put it on the tee, but We've seen pooch kicks, chip kicks, whatever you want to call them. We haven't seen squibs. I'm not thinking onside kick at this point, but you know they're not going to kick it to Tony Pollard.
No, and there was something obviously Mike Norvell or maybe Joe Laurie, the special teams coach, saw maybe the way he was putting that ball on the tee. I didn't notice if he was putting it unorthodox like it would be an onside kick, but they called a timeout here, and you don't normally like to waste a timeout unless it's something important. So they want to talk that over and make sure there's that South Alabama's not up to any shenanigans here. You mentioned Orth's performance tonight and Jamarius Way, and of course Baker has done an outstanding job, but Way last week at 173 yards receiving and ended up being the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week. He's got 170 yards tonight. Tremendous production back-to-back by Way.
That Memphis punt that was blocked, yeah, they're going onside here if you're teeing it up like that. Memphis, that punt block, the first one they've had blocked since 2013. So perhaps that timeout, an opportunity to get the hands team out there. They got the big bounce they want, and the jump ball is won by Memphis.
Boy, that was a pretty good kick right there. That had an opportunity because that high bounce was up for grabs.
That was exactly what you want for an onside kick. I thought I saw a referee point Memphis's way.
Well, of course, you're going to have players from both teams pointing in their favorable direction. But it will be Memphis ball.
It will be Memphis's ball.
Is that Coxie? Looks like Coxie may have gotten it.
Yes. South Alabama had been 1-for-1 on onside kicks until that. And that was really well executed by Corliss Waitman.
Offsides, kicking team. Memphis ended up with possession of the ball. That 5-yard penalty will be added to that spot. First down.
All right, so the offside will cost them 5 yards, but they get the ball. Here it is again. I didn't see Memphis offside, but that was the call. Memphis still recovers the football. They have the ball, and they have a short field as well. And that's the danger, but what else are you going to do? You're down 2 possessions.
Well,
with 7:30 to play.
Well, who's the guy running the wing there? Number 3, Jamarius Way, battling Coxie for that possession. I think it might have been Way who got a half step across the line.
So he announced the wrong team. That's what he did.
Yes. White fakes the handoff to Henderson. Williams stays in bounds to the 41-yard line of South Alabama. Buggs on the tackle. It'll bring up second down at about 6.
Short gain, but positive yardage there. Brady White rolling to his right.
There is no foul for an eligible man downfield. The ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
Ted Pitts has been succinct and accurate with his descriptions as our referee tonight.
In other words, linemen can move down the field if the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage, almost like a lateral. It's not a forward pass. No harm, no foul.
Clock moving, approaching 7 minutes remaining. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Henderson cutting back, gaining a crease to the 38-yard line. Buggs again on the tackle, but it will bring up a third down situation. Henderson 178 yards. Memphis 3 of 9 on third down, and a big one here with the lead at 10. It had been 18, but Jamarius Way with a touchdown reception and a 2-point conversion has it a 10-point margin for Memphis. White over the middle, battling Coxie near the first down stick.
I think he got it.
I think so too. He ended up circling back, but forward progress, I think, will give him a first down, and we get the signal from Ted Pitts. It is indeed a first down for Memphis.
Boy, Coxie is turning into unquestionably the #1 target for Brady White. He feels very comfortable throwing the ball to him. That time, a great job by Coxie going right to the sticks, right to the mark, and making the catch. And that forward progress, as you mentioned, Pete, was the difference in getting the first down. That's a big move of the chains for Memphis right there.
Well, on an earlier possession this half, Coxie didn't go to the sticks and was held short.
Exactly.
Tigers 1st and 10 from the 34 of South Alabama. Henderson, crease, cut back, and tripped up by DJ Daniels.
You mentioned a moment ago Henderson's numbers. He averages coming in 173.7 a game, which is #1 in the FBS. Did you not just say 173, or is my hearing bad? What's he up to now?
180.
Wow, so he surpassed his season average tonight. Darrell Henderson, who also leads the nation in yardage per game, total yardage, as I mentioned, and yards per carry at nearly 15 yards per pop.
Tonight, just, quote unquote, just 9 yards per carry. 2nd down and 8. Tigers working the clock, under 5 remaining. Henderson gets the call, bounces outside, trying to turn the corner, dives near a first down, and he may well have it. DJ Daniels again stops him. It is another Tiger first down.
Well, now they're just churning it out, getting these first downs, moving the stick, better yet, moving the clock, as it's in Memphis' favor with 4:37 to play.
Henderson now with 188, going for a 3rd consecutive 200-yard game.
And that would tie the Memphis record held by the great D'Angelo Williams. Did it in his senior season.
And Henderson's done it with volume tonight, 21 carries for the junior. And stacked up there, Chasen Milner filling the hole along with Jordan Beaton.
Now he's going to get a breather as he heads to the sideline. A lot more work, as you mentioned, with those carries, Pete, for Darrell Henderson. Some people have wondered why he hasn't gotten more carries. Well, when you're breaking off 60-yard touchdown runs, and then your defense comes out onto the field, so you don't have a lot of opportunities, right?
There are no more touches to be had.
No, exactly.
See Tony Pollard there on the sideline. He ran a reverse in for a Memphis touchdown earlier tonight. So Patrick Taylor, and he's had himself a good night. He's in the backfield. Leans forward to about the 21-yard line. And Darrell Henderson, a career high in carries with 22 tonight. So to anybody who said that Darrell Henderson wasn't getting enough touches, you can forget about that tonight.
This is a South Alabama team that came into the game with 7 interceptions on the season. We mentioned Jalen Thompson, 3. Last week at 2, including a pick 6. But this will be 4 games now for Brady White, and there's still some time to play here. I don't want to jinx him. He's only thrown 1 interception on a Hail Mary right before the end of the first half against Navy. That's how accurate he has been with his passes.
I talked to Mike Norvell a couple days ago. I said, all right, short story, what's the key?
Almost, right?
And a flag flies as Jalen Thompson was trying for his 9th interception in his Jaguar career, which would have been a new school record, but will draw the flag instead.
Yeah, so it would have been nullified anyway if he had picked it off, because it's going to go against South Alabama. Here's the call.
Pass interference, number 1, defense. Ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
But going back to the conversation with Coach Norvell, he said, look, it's just as simple. We need to protect the football, own the football. To this point, Memphis, really the block punt, the only miscue they've had, they have not fumbled the ball away. They have not had a ball intercepted.
By the way, right there, I didn't see much. Maybe he tagged on his jersey there, more of a hole, but it didn't look like much there. And Brady White off the mark, and he hasn't been off the mark much this evening, nor has Evan Orth.
1st and 10 from the 11. And powering his way up the middle, it's Patrick Taylor for the Tiger touchdown.
Power running by Patrick Taylor, 6'3", 223. He's a load to bring down, and they couldn't bring him down until he was in the end zone.
So Taylor finds the Tiger Stripe paradise for a 2nd time tonight.
Looks like there's a flag down in the end zone.
And they are talking to South Alabama, so let's see, does this stand?
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 10, the scoring team. That's number 10's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. It will be enforced on the kickoff.
All right, so the touchdown stands. I don't know if it was just something Coxie said. Here you see the touchdown run against Taylor. Great blocking, and then just barrels his way into the end zone as he carries the defender. That was Malcolm Buggs on him.
And Patterson on to attempt the extra point. It is good, and 52-35 is our new score. 2:35 remaining. Patrick Taylor up the middle with authority to the end zone.
He's hanging up.
El Nino? Meat sweats? Aliens. That's the one.
Okay.
And here to comment is no one, because of the alien invasion. In unrelated news, ESPN is giving fans with the best excuses for ditching work free tickets to a day game. And there's nobody here with me.
The college football playoff is coming, and when it comes to who's in, everything you do matters.
No pressure.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. You know me? Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe Bryant. Julius Erving.
Oscar Robertson. Irvin Magic Johnson.
Cheryl Miller.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Phil Jackson.
Adam Silver. They call me the Iceman.
My name is Stephen Curry.
My name's Jerry West.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
MLS. Our soccer is everywhere. Makes us known. So the world sees who we are, how we do our soccer. Tomorrow, it's Philadelphia Union versus Sporting KC on ESPN. Then it's LA Galaxy versus Seattle Sounders FC on FS1.
Mookie, JD, Frankie, and J-Ram, the race for MVP is officially lit. Can you feel it? Red Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
Kenny Mayne?
Hey, just here to let you know, that's going to be on SportsCenter.
Memphis Tigers stepping out of conference tonight, and the rest of the American. SMU pulling the upset, beating Navy in Dallas today. USF, a victory over East Carolina. Houston laying the lumber to Texas Southern tonight, 63-14 late fourth quarter.
Yeah, hard-fought win for USF over a game East Carolina team, but the one game that will resonate a lot in this conference is the surprise down in Texas with SMU beating Navy in overtime.
Tigers will go back to conference play next Friday night. They will be in New Orleans to take on the Green Wave of Tulane.
Kicking off there from the 20 after that penalty.
So, good opportunity here for a run back from Trey Minter.
He's gone.
And Minter's on his way. Minter, the 40, the 30, and tripped up. Finally tracked down. So that 15-yard celebration foul, because everything else Patterson had kicked had been a touchback, but Minter has the Jaguars in business again.
Well, that was a touchdown-saving tackle. Was it 19? I missed who that was. That's Kenny Gainwell, and Kenny Gainwell is really turning heads on this Memphis Tiger coaching staff, more for what he does offensively, but he saved the touchdown right there.
56-yard return. Orth going to go end zone. First play, caught, touchdown, flag thrown.
It may be offensive interference. It may be offensive against Way. He looked like he pushed off and got in front of the defender.
Jamarius Way caught it for the apparent touchdown. Let's wait and see.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 3. 15-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
It's a smart play. Way is dominating tonight, so Orth just throws it up for him. He can't do any wrong, but that time, in front of the officials, he's not going to get away with that push-off.
Way, 9 catches, 170 yards, and a touchdown. And he is a matchup nightmare. 6'4", 220. He was second-team All-Sun Belt a year ago. So the penalty moves the ball back, and that's going nowhere. Well played. Deontay Moore out of the backfield, and the Tigers had it handled perfectly. Tyrese Lindsey, sophomore out of Dothan, Alabama.
Yeah, a real nice play by Lindsey. He was up on the receiver. He didn't let him get any cushion there. And once that throw came over there, he was all over for the tackle. Nice play.
So under 2 remaining. And the ball all the way back to 47. Orth, finally the Tigers get pressure, and he will go down. Nehemiah Augustus was there, so is Joseph Dorcius.
Well, I think it was a perfect way to describe it, Pete, the way you just described it. They finally got to it because Orth has had all time, all night. There have been a couple of plays where he's had the rush, but for the most part, he's had all the time in the world. That time, Dorcius and Augustus got in there very quickly, and there was not much Orth could do, and they're going the wrong way here.
Second sack for the Tigers. 3rd and 35. They'll run a middle screen. Way on his feet, and Dorsey is everywhere. Also had a key block on a touchdown run in the first half, and certainly 4-down territory for South Alabama. Tigers a couple of sacks. This was a South Alabama defense, Greg, came in averaging 3.3 sacks a game. I believe they only got to Brady White once tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. They were top 15 in the nation in the FBS in sacks and in tackles for loss. 2 timeouts left. I'm surprised they haven't used this timeout. They're letting the clock just wind down here.
Orth guns the middle. Ball out. Tigers have it.
Wow. Ended on a turnover here.
Sam Harris had it on a crossing route. He fumbles. The Tigers get it back.
Jacoby Francis comes up with the ball. They'll take a look at that, but the call is a fumble recovery by Jacoby Francis, the redshirt sophomore. So they're going to look at it again. We'll look at it as well. After the catch, his knee's down. It looks like his knee's down. Has the ball come out yet?
Yeah, ball's in the process of coming out. And again, the ruling on the field was that it was a fumble.
Is there enough to overturn it? Was the knee down? And there's the turnover robe for Chris Ball's defense. The takeaway robe. Look at Francis wearing that proudly. And I guess they've had their say with the replay official, and it's going to count. It's a Memphis turnover. That's a big one there to wrap it up. You love to get takeaways. Chris Ball telling both of us, Pete, this week that...
Timeout, South Alabama. This will be a 30-second timeout.
But Chris Ball telling us how important it is to get back to taking away the ball like they have done very, very well over the last couple of years. One of the best in the country.
20 consecutive games with a forced turnover. They forced 2 tonight. Tigers in action Friday night. Temple at Boston College. That should be very interesting. UCF hosting Pittsburgh. Houston Baptist at SMU. Cincinnati and UConn, and Old Dominion and East Carolina. There is your American Conference football schedule for Week 5.
Temple has figured something out after losing to Villanova and Buffalo. And Buffalo's not a bad team. Temple came back on Thursday night and they beat Tulsa. And before that, last week, they beat my alma mater. They beat the University of Maryland. So Temple's got their record back to even at 2-2. Mike Norvell's going to get yet another victory as the Memphis Tigers head coach.
Number 21. Our thanks to Lamar Chance, our statistician tonight, Trevor Davis, our spotter, Josh Littlejohn, our producer tonight. We thank them, and we thank all of you for watching as the Tigers go to the victory formation, and they will move to 3-1 on the season. South Alabama 1-3. Mike Norvell's Tigers put up 52, and they beat South Alabama 52-35.
Good friends embracing there at the middle of the field. Hard-fought win for the Tigers. They'll move on to Tulane, but South Alabama has to be happy, Pete, with a very good performance.
Short week for the Tigers, a Friday night game and travel. They will go to Tulane. For Greg Gaston and the rest of our crew here in Memphis, I'm Pete Pranica. Thanks so much for watching. The Memphis Tigers defeat the Jaguars of South Alabama 52-35. Good night from Memphis.
Under these lights, everything is big. Big atmosphere. Big plays. Big statements. Anything can happen on Saturday night.
Tile. It's unstoppable. It goes everywhere. The Home Depot has Tile's latest trends and textures. See where Tile takes you. Get slip-resistant tile from LifeProof, starting at $1.99 a square foot. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Gary, I am proud of you, my man. Making simple, smart cashback choices. With Quicksilver from Capital One, you're earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. Like on that new laptop. Quicksilver keeps things simple, Gary. And smart, like you. And I like that.
I guess I am pretty smart.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary. What's in your wallet?
And from your game face to your game day rituals, everything you do matters.
No pressure.
Monday Night Football, Steelers-Bucks, Monday at 8:15 on ESPN. Can you feel it? Red Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
MLS, our soccer. Tomorrow on ESPN and FS1.
Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal.
Kobe Bryant.
Julius Erving.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
I didn't choose it. It chose me.
We really like having Aaron around, but we're concerned he takes his name a bit too literally.
Okay. He has to do golf again. Like
All rise.
Hashtag Ask Scott Mondays, baby.
Hashtag Ask Scott Monday.
Charles was here.
That's
Charles
sweet.
would do it like this. Make it an ass.
They all want to meet Neymar. But me, I am Neymar.
Ronaldo's the best striker in the world. But on my team, he plays centre back.
Whoa.
Okay.
The Champions League final.
That's right, James. What's going on here?
We'll take it from here.
PlayStation.
We hide hotel names so you can find 4-star hotels at 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, hotwire.com.